It's time for Skyview High School Sports, a presentation of 106.9 FM, 1390 AM The Fan, and CashValleyDaily.com. Brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, Alpine Cleaning, DD Auto and Salvage, Old Grist Mill, Preston Watts Collision and Glass, Great Basin Graphics, Adams Wealth Advisors, Cache Valley Daily, Young Toyota and Young Honda, Napa Auto Parts, Les Olson IT, and The Logo Shop. Now, it's time for the Skyview Bobcats on 106.9 The Fan.
And see if they can kind of keep things going here. But the test does not get easy today with 5A powerhouse in the Orem Tigers.
That's right. The Skyview Bobcats 3-2 against the Orem Tigers 5-0. And like we mentioned, it's just going to be a big game for both teams out of region play, as both teams will be back in region next week. Orem will face Maple Mountain, and the Bobcats will be at Bear River, as they have one more home game after this. But between the Bobcats and the Tigers, Orem won the last meeting 28-12 in the 4A semifinals at U of U. And if you remember that game, Rex, that was Puka Nakua's year.
Oh, that's right.
And then they ended up playing Mountain Crest in the championship game. So, but that's what you're looking at, is those two schools. Orem, they lead the series 3-1. The interesting thing about these two is those 3 wins that Orem has, all 3 have come in the playoffs. The one win that Skyview had was actually a regular season game that Skyview won back in 2010. They won 29-6. Orem and Skyview, the first time they met was in 1979. And Orem defeated the Bobcats 20-0. So that's where you sit as far as the two teams and the I guess all-time series between the two teams. But it is a game tonight where the Orem Tigers, they are ranked 6th in the RPI in 5A. Skyview in the 4A ranks are ranked 5th in the RPI that came out just this last week's. Since last week's game. So John Newbold, Rex Davis with you, and your video experience on CashValleyDaily.com is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors, and our cameraman Trevor Jellum out there doing a great job giving you the sights out there on the field tonight. And Rex, we've already talked about this will be a good game. We are hoping it will be, but they've got a lot of athletes on the other side of the ball.
They absolutely do, John, and it all starts at the quarterback position with Taden Kaava. This kid has just been absolutely lights out in his junior season. He's got 1,381 yards passing. Through the air, he's thrown 13 touchdowns and only 1 interception. Kaava protects the ball and takes calculated risks with it. He also has 2 rushing touchdowns on the season as well. So 15 touchdowns to 1 pick, not a bad setup at all for the starting quarterback for the Orem Tigers. But it doesn't end there, John. No. It doesn't. Running back, Felidi Iyongi, 461 yards on the ground, 5 touchdowns. Kawe Akana, the wide receiver, 36 catches, 604 yards, 8 touchdowns. Kai Wesley, who when they come out and Trevor puts that camera on Kai Wesley, the tight end, he is every bit of 6'7". And this kid is just, and Skyview's kind of answered the call against big, strong tight ends this year. They faced Reed Olson for Logan. They were able to do a pretty good job against Reed. But, man, here comes Kai Wesley, who's even bigger than Reed Olson. So it's basically this Orem Tigers team is just collegiate-level athletes from top to bottom. Offensive line, skill positions. The Orem Tigers are the real deal. Don't make any mistake about it.
Yeah, it's a second-year coach, Lance Reynolds. In his first year, they went 5-7, but they had a lot of injuries last year. So they got through that. So they've got a lot of guys. And a lot of these guys that Rex mentioned, they're juniors.
Yeah.
They're not seniors.
They're a young team.
So they are a young team. And the thing when you mentioned Iongi about rushing, he has the 5 touchdowns, the 461 yards rushing, but the thing that really popped to me is that he's averaging nearly 8 yards a carry. How big of a weapon is that when you're getting 8 yards on first down?
Oh, Iongi is an absolute weapon. And John, you and I watched film on this. Orem loves to set screen passes up to Iongi. You get Iongi the ball in space, and the kid turns on the jets and just takes it to the house. So Skyview's, you got to almost pick your poison if you're the Bobcats on defense today. You got to say, okay, we're going to try to shut down this superstar and maybe make another superstar beat us, and that's no easy task.
Yeah, they are returning 6 starters on offense, and defensively they've got 5 returning starters. They've had 10 sacks defensively as a team, 4 interceptions. They're averaging 37 points a game and only allowing 15 points a game, so they're stout on defense, something that the Bobcats, as the game goes on, will have to control. On the flip side, the Bobcats, Jack Clark, the signal caller, over 1,000 yards passing, 9 TDs, 4 picks. Xander Stokes, 500 yards rushing, 568, 7 TDs, 5.5 yards per carry. Dylan Bird comes in to spell Stokes, and he's getting 5 yards a carry, so we'll have to watch that matchup for the Bobcats. And their leading receiver, Liam Guthrie, 27 catches, 431 yards, and 4 TDs. And then there's, 4 other guys that have at least had 1 touchdown catch on the season: Lily White, Ballard, Karen, and Oxborough. Defensively, the Bobcats led by Skylar Murdoch with 57 tackles. Tyson Bradley leads the team with sacks, with 4 sacks. And Jace Lillywhite with 2 interceptions on the season lead in that category. The Bobcats, 4 interceptions, 9 sacks, and they've had a blocked field goal. They average 29.5 points, but defensively they're still giving up 27 points in each contest. So that's something to watch as well tonight for Bobcat fans.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting to watch this battle in the trenches, John. Just looking out there, the eye test tells you Orem should be able to handle things just size-wise, but then you get looking at the lineup, and they got Noah Suafale, who is a 6'5" freshman on the offensive line. They have Maui Tonada, that is also a freshman on the offensive line. So yeah, they're big, yeah, they're strong, but they're also young. So maybe a little bit of disguise blitzes type things and things like that might be able to go Skyview's way and help them in that area. But this is going to be a heck of a matchup, and we are going to be watching several kids that are going to be playing on Saturdays.
Yeah, definitely. So Skyview's won the coin toss. They elected to defer, but as we do that, the Logo Shop, they're the sponsor of our uniform check. The Bobcats are in all blue, the blue helmets, the blue jerseys, and blue pants with white numerals on their jerseys, and Orem's in all white. White helmets, white jerseys, and white pants, and they've got like the blue numerals, and it's outlined in gold. So that's our Logo Shop uniform check. We're going to step aside and take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk more. I had a pregame interview with Coach Alder. I think I'm going to push that till halftime, but we'll be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
Cache Valley Auto Care.
We're in the business of solving problems.
So we like to take the time to explain everything that's going on with your car so that when you come in and you do these repairs that you can actually drive away and feel confident.
Welcome back to Skyview High School. It's the Skyview Bobcats hosting the Orem Tigers here in Smithfield. John Newbold and Rex Davis with you. Trevor Jellum on our camera on CacheValleyDaily.com bringing you the game tonight. And we appreciate all our sponsors. Alpine Cleaning and Restoration, your trained professionals for fire, flood, and mold damage repairs, proudly supporting Skyview High School sports. But we're about underway here in Smithfield. Like we said, Skyview won the coin toss, Rex, and they deferred for the second half. But I did catch up with Coach Alder. We had a good discussion. It wasn't so much about the game, but just kind of his coaching philosophy, how he put together his coaching staff. And so I'm going to bump that because we got on a little later, and I had to fix some audio things here. But anyway, we're going to push that to halftime, so stay tuned for halftime as we'll hear from Coach Alder, and it will say pregame, but anyway, you'll understand. But again,
it's a good thing to play at half, though. I mean, like you said, it's not so much about this matchup with Orem as it is Coach Anders' coaching philosophy and all that. So I like that.
So again, tonight, Skyview and Orem will try to keep you up with scores. Ridgeline is at Bear River, Green Canyon is at Logan, and last night, Mountain Crest was at Westfield. I was there at that game, and Mountain Crest won 30-7. So we're about underway, waiting for the whistle. We got to wait for the scoreboard, and there it is. It's at 12 minutes, so now Skyview will be kicking off, and I believe Jameson is out for the game, the normal place kicker for the Bobcats. So we'll have to catch the number here.
It's Sparrow.
So
Zach Sparrow.
So Captain Zach Sparrow to kick things off here in Smithfield, kicking towards Preston, and he does into the end zone.
Look at that.
So good job by Sparrow, and now our first look at the quarterback of Orem, as you're going to have to repeat it, and then I'll try to remember.
Taden Kaava.
Kaava, that's right. And we expect Iongi to be back in the backfield, so just bear with me as I will try my best to keep these. Rex is better at pronouncing the names. I will do my best. Ball's going to start at the left hash, as the shadows have already started to creep across the field. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Iongi in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff. He's outside, makes a stiff arm, and his speed down the sideline, 30, 35, 40, 50, and he does step out at the 42 as he got the sideline, and that just shows his speed.
That looked like a 2-yard loss when that play started, John. That looked like, okay, hey, we got him dead to rights here in the backfield, and then Iongi just hits the edge and turns on the jets, and next thing you know, the chains are moving. So I mean, I feel like that's typically a tackle in the backfield, and instead it turns into an over 20-yard gain.
22-yard rush for Iyangi on the right side, just down the sideline. So Kawava in the shotgun, takes it, handoff to well, that's not Iyangi. That time it's on the right side. There was a big hole across the 50 to the 45 of Skyview, but that wasn't Iyangi.
That's Beckham Curtis. They have 3 running backs that I've seen that'll check in on this team, and Beckham Curtis he's only a sophomore.
So 14 yards that time by Curtis.
2 carries, 36 yards for the Orem Tigers to start this game.
They're at the 44 of Skyview. Handoff, and that's Curtis again. He breaks a tackle across the 40 to about the 39.
That's good work by Skylar Murdoch. Good recognition there, coming up and holding them to, by normal standards, would be a great carry, but a modest gain for this team.
So from the 45, they gain 6 yards we'll give them.
Sounds good, partner.
So a 6-yard rush for Curtis that time. It'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Tigers.
Now you got both of them in the backfield with Kaava.
Kaava, 2nd and 4, takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Now he's looking, clean pocket. He throws. He's got a man out there. Touchdown on a perfect strike down the middle from 38 yards. And the Orem Tigers are on the board first on their opening drive. 4 plays is all it took them, and they're into the end zone.
So that's Kawe Akana that had the touchdown reception there. Now this kid has college offers from basically every major college you can think of, and he shows it there. He's also the kicker. He's going to be kicking on this play. But he's going to be one of those great athletes that you really look forward to watching on Saturdays. The kid just absolutely turned on the Jets there on that play.
Snap back, hold is down. Kick is on the way by Akana, and it is good. So with 10:41 in the opening quarter, it's 7-0. Tigers strike first.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating.
Well, John, there we go, cutting our ad break short again. Me playing with the scoreboard here.
Well, welcome back. 7-0. Orem on their opening drive, starting from their own 20. They had three big plays of over 10 yards. A 22-yard run by Iyangi, a 14-yard rush by Curtis, and then that 38-yard TD pass on the 4th play to Kana. And he is into the end zone. 7-0. The Tigers lead the Bobcats.
That is something when your shortest play is a 6-yard carry.
Yeah. So kicking it away is Kana again for the Tigers. There's the whistle. He gets it's a high one and will go into the end zone about 7 yards deep. And so the Bobcats will have their first try here, 1st and 10 at their own 20. 10:41 on the clock.
So Skyview, okay, they just got punched in the mouth right off the bat in this fight. I mean, but they got to come out, and they cannot go 3 and out here, John. They got to at least move the ball down the field, give that defense a little bit of a break. That secondary is going to be absolutely gassed.
So Clark comes out, and in the backfield, Xander Stokes, and 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Bobcats. Clark takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw. He throws. He's got a man out there. It's Guthrie. Oh, he missed him at the 45 of Orem. Just 1 yard in front. Guthrie had beat his defender. It just was a little overthrown, but it was a good play by the Bobcats.
Yeah, I like that play call, John, just because, go out and take a shot right off the bat. And they got to wait for Guthrie to get back here. He's back now, but this tempo, that's tough when you're running a streak down the field like that, like Guthrie was.
Well, it was similar to the Orem touchdown, really. They hand it off on 2nd down. Stokes finds his way through and gains about 4, maybe 5. We'll see. They mark it near the 25. It'll bring up third down. We'll give Stokes 5.
That's a good carry by Stokes because that blitzer came off the edge untouched, and he's able to still make a nice positive gain out of that.
So 3rd and 5 from their own 25, 7-0 Orem. Clark, empty backfield. He's going to throw. He throws over the middle, complete to Lincoln Ballard, who puts his shoulder down, and they're still trying. There was 4 Orem Tigers there at the 40 to take down Lincoln Ballard. What a fight for the young man there from the 25 to the 40, 15 yards for the first.
Yeah, I love how Lincoln Ballard catches that thing and then just goes and looks for contact.
And then first down, they pitch it over to Stokes on the right side. Stokes up the field to the 45, near the 50.
Oh, he's right close to that first down.
So Ballard with the 15-yard reception. Now Stokes on first down up to the 50. They're going to say 10 yards for the first. And then they hurry it up again. Stokes on the left side follows his blockers, maybe 4 on this left side. So that 5th play of the drive, the Bobcats gain 4 actually. 2nd and 6.
I'm impressed with the way that the Skyview offensive line is firing off the ball. Tight end Chance Wilson in there blocking as well.
They're at the 46. They fake the handoff. They throw Guthrie off his hands on the slant pattern. Incomplete. He'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Bobcats. So clock is stopped with 9:25 here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Orem. They're at the Orem 46, 3rd down and 6. 2 receivers to each side. Stokes leaves the backfield. They throw it out to Stokes. It's low, incomplete. If he caught the ball, he had some room. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened, but now 4th and 6 on the incompletion.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, John, is like, man, there's a little bit of room there for Stokes if he's able to catch that thing, but they're going to bring out Zach Sparrow for a punt here, it looks like.
Yeah, when Stokes left the area, it seemed like there was a blitz on the outside on that same side, and so Clark had to get that ball around the defender, and he did, and as he did, it was low and incomplete.
It changes the trajectory and the angle of that arm slot. All of a sudden, it's off to the side a little bit. Jack Clark started that drive 1 of 4 for 15 yards. Lincoln Ballard with the 15-yard reception.
So 4th down and 6 for the Bobcats at the 46-yard line of Orem. They're inside the 5 to receive this punt as Sparrow is waiting for the snap. Now he has it. Gets the punt away. It's a low-line drive that's going to bounce about the 18. It rolls all the way down, and Skyview pins it inside the 5. Good coverage down there, I believe. I'm not going to guess.
It's Cooper Karen.
Okay, see, and that's why I didn't do it, because it's always Cooper Karen. No, I wasn't. I just wasn't sure who it was. But if it's Cooper Karen, I wasn't going to this week I wasn't going to mess up that.
Mamas, if you want your babies to get called by the right name, don't let them wear 18, 19, 8, or 9 because they all look like the exact same number.
Or just don't let me
No, they look the same. They look the same. It's how it works.
From their own 3, a good punt there by Sparrow, and good job by Karen to down it inside the 5 to the 3. So Kawanga, the quarterback, takes it, hands off to Iongi, and he's fighting, but Skyview's there to meet him in the backfield. Maybe a loss on the play of a yard. They didn't bring him down, but the whistle stopped his forward progress, so it'll be a no gain is where they're marking it. So it looked like Skyview had shot through for a loss, but Iongi must have fought his way back to the line of scrimmage, Rex.
Yeah, and that's good team defense there because that wasn't just one Bobcat. That was a whole host of them.
2nd down and 10 from their own 3. It's the Tigers in shotgun, and I think it's Curtis in the backfield. Iongi goes in motion left to right. They're going to throw it out there, and wow.
Airmailed.
That one was clear over the head of his intended target on the wide receiver screen, the Dakana. He just let it go over his head and kind of looked like, where is that ball?
Yeah, Kawhi Akana, that's a great description, John. Is he just kind of like, he never went up on his tiptoes. He just stayed on his heels and let that thing sail over his head.
So Kaava, the quarterback, 2 receivers to each side, 3rd down and 10 from their own 3. He's in the end zone. Kaava throws. It is complete right by the sticks. That's a great route. That is a fantastic route. You always hear that your receiver should go to the sticks. That was perfect to the 14, an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, and that's a senior wide receiver move there by Jackson Sanders. He knows right where the sticks are. He's their small receiver at 6'1". He's able to get over there and get open and move the chains.
So the clock stops with 8:32, 7-0 Orem. Going left to right on your radio dial. Skyview showing blitz on the right side. They turn around, they hand off. Big hole on the right side. Youngie makes a move to the 30, the 35, 40, 45, 50. Nobody's going to catch him. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10 as he slows down gears, and he's into the end zone from his own 14. You can see the speed there as he was gone.
The speed is absolutely on display, John. This Orem offense is just so high-powered, and Skyview did a great job to start that drive defensively. They bottled Youngie up in the backfield, but, man, the end result ends up kind of being the same, even though the defense did look better on that series.
So an 86-yard TD rush for Youngie on that side. You could see as if you give him the edge with his speed, he's gone.
Youngie's over 100 yards on 3 carries.
So extra point, snap back, hold down, kick good. 14-0. The Orem Tigers, they lead the Bobcats here early with 8:19 in the opening quarter. 14-0. And Skyview will have to see what they do on offense there to kind of get themselves some momentum. But right now, it's 14-0. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Come on in, let's go.
14-0, the Orem Tigers all over the Skyview Bobcats. The Bobcats pinned them at their own 3, forced a 3rd and 10, and unfortunately the Bobcats, after an 11-yard pass play by Orem, ripped off an 86-yard run by Youngie into the end zone, and it's 14-0 Tigers over the Bobcats with 8:19 in the opening quarter.
I think that opening drive for Skyview had a lot of things to build off of, John. We talk a lot about the offense, but this defense is also incredibly stout for Orem as well. So the way that Skyview is able to move the ball, it gives you a little bit of hope. I mean, they were able to move between the 20s on that last drive.
So the Bobcats from their right hash, they've got a couple receivers to the left, one to the right. They run the pitch play to the left side. That's Stokes. He tries to get upfield, and that's a face mask on the tackle, so no gain, and the ref threw the flag. I believe that's what it will be. It could be a hold as well, but I think it looked like a face mask to me.
Yeah, that's the signal.
So it is a face mask from the 20. I mean, they didn't really yank on it or pull on it. It grabbed for a half second, but it will be a 15-yarder and take it up to the 35-yard line.
Well, Skyview will take yardage any way they can get it.
So you get the first down. It was Stokes, no gain. And then the 15-yard penalty takes it to the 35, 1st and 10. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for Clark. Kind of in a pistol formation. Stokes behind him. He throws, it's tipped, it's up in the air and nearly picked off. As it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, the closest defender was Rasmussen that came flying in, the sophomore, about how to self a pick.
Yeah, David Rasmussen had a beat on that ball. It just kind of hung in the air there, but luckily for Skyview, it fell incomplete.
So 8:01, opening quarter, 14-0 Orem, 2nd and 10. They turn around, fake the handoff, they throw over the middle. Ballard complete across the 50, down to the 40. Ballard only had one catch last game, but up to the 40 there.
I love how when Lincoln Ballard catches the ball, he goes both hands and protects that ball as soon as he catches it.
25-yard pass play to Ballard. 1st and 10 Bobcats at the Orem 40. Ballard in motion. Turn around, they throw to Ballard on a swing pattern, and a false start on the Bobcats as the flag came out on the far side. I did not see it, but...
Yeah, false start.
So Skyview gets their first penalty, and it will take them back as Ballard had the completion or reception. So it'll be 1st and 15 Bobcats. The ball is at the Orem 45. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Clark fakes the handoff. He throws over the middle to Ballard.
Whoa.
Oh, big hit, but Ballard hung on, and he kind of lowered the shoulder on the defender that time, and Ballard having a good game from the 45 across the 35, so 10, 12 yards, brings up a 3rd down.
Lincoln is not a big dude, but he climbed the ladder to get that thing.
2nd and 3 Bobcats. Clark to throw, dropped.
That's the turning the head before securing the catch there by Cooper Karen. But, man, Lincoln Ballard, 3 catches, 52 yards so far. He's got all of Jack Clark's passing yards.
So incomplete on that one, brings up 3rd and 3 for the Bobcats. 2 receivers to each side. Now Ballard left to right, goes in motion. They fake the reverse, and then they hand it off to Stokes. He won't go down, and then he finally does on a very high tackle around the neck, but Stokes fought, and it will be a loss of 3.
Yeah, there's a 6-inch height difference there between the defender and running back, and yeah, you tackled him pretty high there.
Stokes is so tough for
-3 on that, right?
Yeah, loss of 3. So 4th and 6, Bobcats. The ball is at the 36-yard line on the left hash, going right to left. 6:31 left in the opening quarter. 14-0 Orem. On that left hash, twin receivers for Clark. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He throws. He's got Ballard, and it's picked off by the safety. As the Orem Tigers get the interception near the 20-yard line, they're going to mark it at the 22. Clark had Ballard for a second, but then
he did, but Malosi Iowa just read that thing perfectly. And John, another freshman. That's a freshman making that play out there at 6'2". Just read that perfectly. That's an interception in the NFL, John. He got both feet down on the sideline too. That's a big play by Malosi.
So now the question is, can the Bobcat defense step up?
Well, we saw improvement, right? We saw the first drive looked terrible. The second drive looked a little better. Maybe they just keep looking a little better as this game progresses.
So 14-0. They take the snap. They pitch it out there. That's not a Yongi. It's a different running back to the other side, and he's tackled after about a 5-yard gain on that pitch play.
That's Oliver Bills with the carry.
So Bills takes it from the 22. They're going to mark him at the 26, so 4 yards for Bills. And he got knocked out of bounds and tackled out of bounds, so it'll bring up 2nd and 6. Clock stopped at 6:11. Orem takes a snap. They throw. It's complete. It's going to be shy of the first down. The receiver gets to the 31, so gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Did you catch the receiver on that, John?
Thought it was 14, but it may have been 13. I think it was 14. That's what I thought, but initially, but I don't know.
We'll give it to him.
Okay, so from the 31, it's 3rd and 1. 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They take the snap. They hand it off on the right side. Skyview's there. They have him, and I don't think he got any yardage. It'll be 4th and 1. Good shots there by the defenses. They just shot off the ball.
Yeah, I believe Lillywhite was the first one in there on the play, but okay, is Orem going to go with a little tempo and just try to move the chains here? You got to watch the ball.
Yep, under center this time. 4th and 1, they just take it, and he bowls forward. He's got the first. He needed 1, and I think he got 3. Let's see. So from the 31.
That's the hard thing, too, when you're going against a 6'4", over 200-pound quarterback, is he gets behind that offensive line, and a yard is not much for that O-line and that quarterback to pick up.
3-yard gain for the first on the quarterback keeper on 4th down. 2 receivers to each side on 1st down this time. Back to pass. He throws over the middle. Picked off at the 45, to the 40, the 35, the 30. What a pick as he snagged it in the air. That's Andrew Oxborough.
Yeah, great play by Andrew Oxborough, sitting in the middle of the field, kind of hanging out, and Kaava just never saw him. He never saw Oxborough in the middle of the field, and a great catch because that ball had some mustard behind it. And Oxborough able to come up with the pick there for Skyview and breathe a little life into him after the stop. They're able to get going here.
Only the second interception thrown by Kaava. So at the 29, Skyview has it. 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Stokes. He bobbles it as he tries to get upfield, and that slowed him down. That should be a penalty because he still played. He lost his helmet on defense, but they don't call it. No. Let's see, it should be a loss maybe of 2, but if there is a penalty, that's what it will be because he continued to play without a helmet. And that's just a safety rule that they have.
Right, because they don't want you pulling like the old Jason Witten thing when he got his helmet knocked off and kept going, but...
And it could be on Skyview, too. I mean, it's right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it could be hands to the face for offensive.
Yeah, maybe that's why the helmet is off. And they wave it off. So, interesting. The loss of 2 on the, well, let's see, 1, 2. So a loss of 3, actually, by Stokes.
6 carries, 13 yards for Xander Stokes so far in this first quarter.
2nd down and 13. Goes back to the 32-yard line of Orem. Back to pass is Clark all alone. Now he's going to roll to the left. He throws. He's got a man. Oh, and misses Guthrie again. Just a
little short on that one. That was a good play design, though, because Guthrie is going into that soft spot of the zone. You can tell it was a zone defense there because when Stokes goes out in motion, nobody goes with him. And that gives Clark the idea, okay, this is zone, but we do have a penalty.
It's a holding call defensively is what the official says. So I didn't see the flag. It was near the sideline, but they call holding defensively. It will be 10 yards. That will help the Bobcats as they get down to the 22.
2 penalties for 25 yards on the Tigers tonight.
So it's 14-0 Tigers, 4:49 in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd and about 3. They turn around, hand off to Stokes. Left side, he finds a crease, cuts back inside, and he's taken down across the 20, right near the sticks. I think he's got enough. He needed 3 yards. I think he got 4.
Yeah, they're moving the chains.
So 4 yards for Stokes there. They said 3. I'm giving him 4 because it's my buddy Xander. He was our post-game guest, so he gets 4. 1st down. Clark rolls to the right. He throws. Oh, nearly caught, but great defending there as he knocked it loose on that far side of the field.
Yeah, that's a good job by both Mac Ellison and Oxborough, Zach Oxborough out there on the edge. I mean, it's not necessarily a 50-50 ball. I think Oxborough had more of it than Mac did, but what a play there by both players to go up there and try to make something out of that.
3 receivers to the right on 2nd and 10 from the 19 of Orem. They hand off to Stokes. He fights for some yardage inside the 15 to the 14. He got 5. He'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Nice run there by Xander Stokes. He's got 22 yards on 8 carries.
6th play of the drive after the interception by the Bobcats. 4:05 left in the opening quarter, 14-0. Orem leads. Ballard moves over to the right side with Guthrie. And he gets up on the line. So 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Now Sparrow goes left to right in motion. They turn around. Clark throws. Complete to Sparrow with some blocking to the 10, the 5. Touchdown Bobcats! Great blocking by Lincoln Ballard. He got a pancake out there.
Yes, he did, John. That's absolutely what sprung that, was that block by Ballard out on the edge. And what a good ball by Jack Clark. That is perfectly in stride for Zach Sparrow. I like using Zach Sparrow on offense like that. He's technically your backup quarterback or whatever, but put the ball in a playmaker's hands and let him do the work. And that was a nice play by Captain Zach Sparrow.
I'll tell you what there, Rex. Stokes puts the ball down. It's attempted, and it is good. So with 3:45, it's 14-7. Orem leading. But I'll tell you what, after the Andrew Oxborough interception, Skyview cashes that interception in on the 14-yard TD pass to Sparrow, and a great block by Lincoln Ballard. Might be our Napa Auto Parts best part of the game was that pancake block by Lincoln Ballard on the outside.
Yeah, that's one that I'll be going back on CashValleyDaily.com and checking the YouTube stream on for sure. That was a heck of a block.
So 14-7, Skyview cashes in on the interception. So impressive. They get the short field, and great job by Jack Clark. You just kind of he threw an interception previously. He just put that in the back of his mind, got rid of it, and what a great strike that time. And Skyview scores.
Yeah, just hit him right in stride and able to answer back against these Tigers. That's only Kaava's second interception of the entire season that he's thrown. He's thrown 13 touchdowns and 1 interception coming into this game.
So Sparrow kicks the kick away. It will be returnable at the 2. He's up to the 5, the 10, 15, 20, 25. Big collision there, but taken down right before the 30. We do have a score update, Rex. If there's no flags, we'll get to that score. Les Olson IT brings you this score. Green Canyon 7, Logan 6 at the end of the first quarter. That's at Crimson Field.
There you go, Logan.
And it's homecoming for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that's a heck of a fight. I mean, I'm happy to hear that Logan's fighting Green Canyon. A lot of people didn't give Logan a chance in that game.
Well, on paper, I think that you would say you shouldn't give him a chance.
Right.
But Logan and Coach Butt's doing a great job in that game. 2 receivers to each side, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Iongi takes the nice stiff arm, but he's bounced out of bounds. Great, I guess, pursuit by the Bobcat defense.
Yeah, it was really good pursuit there. Tyson Bradley had a beat on him, but Iongi just has a very, very good stiff arm on him.
So no gain that time for Iongi.
He's got 4 carries, 108 yards.
So 2nd and 10, 3 receivers to the left. They look that way. He throws. It's complete. Got some blockers. He's upfield. 1st down and more across the 40. Let's see where they mark him out.
Man, that is really good wheels there by Kawe Akana.
So 13-yard pass play for the 1st down. So 3:27 left. He got knocked out of bounds. The clock stops in the first quarter. 14-7 Orem over the Bobcats. Twin receivers to each side. Ball is on the left hash. On 1st and 10, they turn around. They fake the handoff. He's going to quarterback keep it. Trying to find a hole. He gains positive yards to the 45, but really couldn't find a crease to get big time downfield.
Yeah, Kaava ends up cutting that thing back up in the middle, but the armchair elevated position quarterback that I have here, there was a little bit of space on that outside for him to make something out of that, but, I mean, he did still get a positive gain on 1st down.
So Kaava with I gave him 3 to the 45, their own 45. Clock running under 3 minutes in the first quarter. 2 running backs in the backfield. They turn around, they hand it off. It's Iongi trying to find something. Now he's going to bust it outside. The pursuit of the Bobcats. Get him. Oh, what a hit at the 50.
Huge hit by Cooper Karen right on the sideline. Iongi looked like he was trying to get over the sideline, but, man, Cooper Karen came and laid the wood on that play.
So Iongi gains 5. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 2 from the 50-yard line. They need to get to the 48 of Skyview for the 1st down. Kaava in shotgun takes the snap. He's going to throw on a curl route. Incomplete. Just a bit outside, and it will be 4th and 2 from the 50.
The way this offense has been running, I think they probably end up going for this.
Oh, sure, and they lead 14-7 with 2:14 in the opening quarter. Big down defensively for the Bobcats if they can force a turnover on downs, but you think you look for Kana, number 13. 2 receivers to each side. Running back in the backfield for Kaava. He's looking, the pressure gets him to flush out. He throws, incomplete. No flags, and Skyview is going to force the turnover on downs. What a play by the Bobcat defensive line to get in there.
Yeah, Tyson Bradley ends up coming up and forcing that little bit of an errant throw there by Kaava. Big time play by 20. You can see him at the bottom of your screen there. He's pretty stoked about that, but man, Skyview, okay, they came out, got punched in the mouth, but hey, they're coming back out, clawing their way back into this battle, and they got a chance to do something here. Still a ton of ball game here, obviously just in the first quarter, but 2 minutes left in the first. they got a chance to get back in it here, John.
Ball is on the left hash for the Bobcats, going right to left on your radio dial to the north. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation for Clark. Turns around, fakes the handoff. He's back to pass. He throws. He's got Guthrie all alone. Oh, and Guthrie drops it to the 15.
Oh, man.
He beat his man.
Yes,
he had 3 or 4 yards on him. Clark put it out there. They just haven't been able to connect tonight. That's the 3rd time.
Which is the odd part of it, because usually 12 and 24 are just so in sync. But sometimes those layup easy catches are the hardest ones, and Guthrie just let that one go.
Twin receivers to each side. 2nd and 10, the blitz is on. Clark throws complete to Ballard to the 40, puts his shoulder down and gets to the 35. So Ballard gets to the 35, 15 yards for Ballard for the first.
4 catches, 67 yards for Lincoln Ballard so far.
So at the Orem 35, 1st and 10 Bobcats, 2 receivers to each side. Clark looks to the sideline. Now he turns around, says something to Stokes behind him. So now he sends Ballard left to right in motion. They're going to hand it off to Ballard on the fly sweep. He's across the 30 to the 29. A good gain of 6 on 1st down.
Yeah, why not? I mean, Lincoln Ballard's been your man. He's been sure-handed this entire game. Runs hard, protects the ball. Why not give it to him on a jet?
1:20 left in the opening quarter. Skyview trailing 14-7. But they're driving now to the 29 of Orem. 2nd and 4. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Clark tested dive
Broken
down.
play.
Yeah, he turned around to hand it off to Stokes after they faked the fly sweep, and they lose 2 yards as the rush was in on him, and he just dove down. That's the right play. You don't want to take a hit.
Yeah. That's a heads-up play there by Jack Clark. Broken play. You're not going to get anything other than a hit. Just get down.
Yeah, so now 3rd down and 6. Ball is at the 31. They need to get to the 25 of Orem. Twin receivers to each side. Clark is going to hand it off to Stokes. He's up the field on the right side. I think he's got it as he stretches forward. No, he's a yard shy at the 26. He needed to get to the 25. So he got 5 yards. He needed 6.
What a play by Xander Stokes, though, to fight and have the awareness to know where he's at on the field.
4th and 1. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Clark takes it, handoff to Stokes up the middle. 1st down across the 25. I can see that he's at the 24. He gained 2. He only needed 1. And 1st down, Bobcats. So on 4th down, they get it.
Xander's averaging 2.9 yards per carry tonight.
Underneath his average on the season.
Right.
But 15 seconds left in the quarter, 14-7. They wind the clock. Skyview will probably have 1 more play here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Clark. He takes it, handoff to Stokes, finds a little crease up the middle, and then he's pushed back, and Skyview kind of pushes forward, but that's going to end the quarter. They get from the 25 down to the 21 or 22. So at the end of 1 quarter, it's Orem 14, Skyview 7. We'll figure out how far he got to start the 2nd quarter right after this on The Fan.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
In the night, I hear him talk, the cold story ever told, somewhere far along.
14-7, Orem leads over the Skyview Bobcats. Start of the 2nd quarter, Skyview is down to the 21, and the line of scrimmage was the 24, not the 25, and I should have known that because anyway, but a 3-yard gain by Stokes. It will bring up 2nd and 7 for the Bobcats. Going left or right on your radio dial towards the south. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Stokes in the backfield, I believe, with Clark. Clark takes it. He's going to hand it off to Stokes, looking for some room right side. He dives forward. He gets across the line of scrimmage. A short gain of maybe 2 down to the 19.
Yeah, that was tough pursuit there by the Orem defense, just able to kind of slip the block and get in there and make Xander have to make moves in the backfield.
So at the 19, it's 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 4 for the Bobcats. Clark faked the handoff. He's going to roll out to the left side. He throws it incomplete. He had a man underneath. He tried to go long, and it just sailed on him. I almost thought he could have run, too. He had a lot of options there, but that one just got away from him. Incomplete. It will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that was kind of hard because there's one defender for 2 receivers, but the defender was kind of blanketing, playing a little coverage in between both of them there.
So they're going for it at the 19-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. On 4th and 4 for the Bobcats. They trail 14-7. Stokes leaves the backfield. Clark takes the snap. He throws to the end zone. Touchdown! But there is a flag in the secondary. We'll wait and see, but it's to Guthrie. They finally connect from 19 yards, but will it hold? There is a flag in the secondary. Let's see. But it was a 19-yard TD strike for the Bobcats on 4th down. A holding on Orem. It will stand. 19 yards for the touchdown, Rex, to Liam Guthrie.
Man, okay, Guthrie, he's had a bit of a tough go, but man, what a way to answer back. Get out there and get yourself a touchdown. Great catch. And that was one of those hard ones, too, because that's one of those ones that's right over your shoulder, easy to drop, but he's able to haul it in for the touchdown.
And how about Clark, the poise for the junior signal caller as he just airmailed a pass, came right back and hit a strike to Guthrie, wide open in the end zone for 19 yards. Stokes to hold on the extra point. The kick is up, and it's a low one, and it got over.
Jeez.
So we're tied up at 14 with 11:25 in the half. It's Skyview 14, Orem 14. We'll be back right after this on The Fan.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Grist.
Wow, the Bobcats have tied it up on a 19-yard strike from Clark to Guthrie. 10-play drive that started at midfield. They went for it on a 4th down and got the first, and the Bobcats have tied this up. They've intercepted a pass from Orem and turned him over on downs, and now the Sparrow gets his foot into it, kicks it away. It will be returnable at the 4, up to the 10, 15, now bounces out to the right, but Skyview lassos him up and takes him backwards. Great coverage by the Bobcats will hold him his forward progress about the 17-yard line.
That's a good tackle there by Ammon Smith, the sophomore, on kick coverage.
So with 11-17 here in the first half, we're all tied up 14-14, and I believe it's at the 17. I think that's where they marked it. Maybe it was the 18. It's on that far side of the field. It's at the 17. So Orem starts in their own 17. Kaava in shotgun takes it, fakes the fly sweep, goes up on the quarterback keeper, and he's got maybe a yard. We'll give him 1.
Man, Iongi and Dean Phillips met in the backfield on that play, and that was like a car crash. That was a huge collision between Mean Dean and Iongi.
Yeah, you fake the handoff, you can hit them. So 2 receivers to each side. Kaava takes the snap. He's back to pass. Now he looks to the left. The pocket breaks down, so he rolls right. He gets upfield, bounced out of bounds. It's going to be a gain of maybe 2. So from the 18, they're going to give him 3 to the 21. It'll bring up 3rd and 6, I believe.
Good pursuit by Tyson Bradley, coming all the way across the field in the linebacker position there to get Kaava out of bounds.
So clock stops, but it's 3rd and 6 from their own 21. Two receivers to the left, and now someone leaves the backfield. They had two running backs. Kava inside, and it's complete right at the sticks. I thought it was going to the deep receiver, and it's not.
Hey, it might have been, but when your tight end's 6'7", he can just kind of pluck it out of the air and say, that's going to me now.
Well, he did, and from the 21, they get up to the 28, 7 yards for the first. Well, they say 9. I'm going to go with 9 then. I don't want to upset Mr. Phillips upstairs. 1st and 10. Receiver to each side. Two running backs in the backfield. Kind of an averted eye. Fake the handoff, and Kava runs, and he's tackled upfield. Great recognition as the linebacker just came off of his man and made the tackle across the 30 to the 31. We'll give him 3.
They've been doing a pretty good job of holding Kaava in check on the ground. He's had 4 carries, each for 3 yards, 1 for 1 yard. So 3 yards is his longest carry that he's had on the ground.
2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Tied up 14-14, 9:45 left in the half. Two receivers to one side on the right, 3 to the left. Kaava all alone in the backfield. He sends a man in motion out of the slot. That's Iyangi. They pitch it out to him. He gets a block, and the flag comes, and a big collision at the 40. It's a first down for Iyangi, but there's a flag back at the 30.
Tyson Bradley really finished that play there on the sideline. He's the one that came in and laid that big hit. I think they're going to get the tight end for a block in the back, John Tika Wesley.
And they do call a block in the back at the 31, and that's a 10-yard penalty that will take them back to the 21. I think it's a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's 3 penalties for 35 yards on the Tigers.
So a legal block will take them back to the 21, but it will remain 2nd down. So it'll just be 2nd and long for the Tigers. 9:29 in the half, 14-14. Want to thank Trevor Jellum doing a great job on camera to capture all these moments on CashValleyDaily.com, and Adams Wealth Advisors is a proud sponsor of your video experience. So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Iyangi in the backfield with Kaanga. Takes the snap. He looks right. He throws complete with some blockers, and he's back to the original line of scrimmage or right past it from the 21. And let's see, they mark it at the 28 or 29. So 8 yards to the 29. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Well, okay, Skyview's been doing pretty good so far defensively last couple series. Here's a great chance. You're going to have to force him to punt here if you're able to stop him.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kaaga back to pass. He's looking. He throws. It's low. I didn't know if he caught it. We'll see. They say completion. Way to go, Iyangi, as he went down and caught it at the 41. So 12 yards for a first. Iyangi had to go to the grass to get that one.
Yeah, he did. And from our point of view, we honestly could not see the ball, so we got to give the refs the benefit of the doubt there, saying that he caught that.
Yeah, he went down. There was a few Skyview 12
Thank you.
faithful, Skyview faithful that thought it was incomplete, but Iyangi went down and got his hands underneath. 1st and 10 at the 41. Blitz is on. They hand off. Iyangi runs past it to the 45, the 50, and he's in Skyview territory around the 45. Let's see where his knees went down. They're going to mark him clear up to the 42.
Man, Iyangi just is so fast. I would be really curious to see his 40 time, but man, you give that kid the ball in space, and he just looks like he's on a different level as far as speed goes.
16 yards for the first. 1st and 10 in Skyview territory, tied up at 14.
129 yards on 6 carries.
At the Skyview 42, they hand off to Iyangi. He can't find a hole, and then he's patient, but Skyview cracks him after a 1-yard gain up the middle.
I'll tell you what, John, Skyview came here to tackle tonight. They have made it a point that every time Iyangi has touched the ball, with the exception of the 86-yarder that went to the house, man, he has felt the end of every single one of those.
So 9th play of the drive that started at their own 17. Clock running at 7:18. at the Skyview 41. We're tied up at 14 apiece. 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. Driving to the north. Got a receiver out, split wide to the right, 2 to the left. Back to pass. He throws complete, and he's met as soon as he catches it, and he's going to be hit and taken down by 2 Bobcats.
Yeah, that's good closing speed there by Oxborough. He's able to, as soon as Kawe Akana catches that ball, he turns around and Oxborough's right there.
So did they give him the first? Nope. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and half a yard, or 2nd and half a yard, excuse me. Oh no, now they give him the first.
Okay.
So 10th play of the drive. He didn't wave the sticks, and then he did late, but 1st and 10, ball is at the 32 of Skyview. 3 receivers to the right. They run a pitch play to Curtis. He's got some blockers. He's across the 25 and taken down. They say keep the clock running. He gets across the 25. I think he's at the 24. So we're going to say 9 yards on that run by Curtis.
With that last completion for Kaava, both quarterbacks have cleared the 100-yard mark in this game.
11th play of the drive coming up. They're at the Skyview 24. Well, maybe that was 8 yards because it's 2nd and 2. But back to pass. Kaava throws. It's complete on a wide receiver screen. He's down the sideline across the 20 near the 16, but it's on that far side. I don't know where they marked it.
Yeah, that's hard to tell at this angle.
So I think they marked it at the 12, well, the 11, or excuse me, the 16. So
yeah,
8 yards. 8-yard pass is complete for a first. So 12th play of the drive coming up. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball's on the right hash, 1st and 10. At the 16 of Skyview, they hand it off to Curtis, and he's met, but he drags a defender and gets 3 yards maybe.
Good play there defensively for Skyview. It was either Skylar Murdoch or excuse me, Malcolm Young is number 7. And also in there was Preston Smith.
So gain of 3 for Curtis, and it's 2nd and 7. Clock running at 5:13. 13th play of the drive coming up. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. It's at the 13 of Skyview. Back to pass. Looking, he throws. It's low, incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 now. So he was trying to find Iyongi. Kaava was low on that pass with 5:02. Brings up 3rd and 7 at the Skyview 13. 5:02 in the half, 14-14, Skyview and Orem. See what Skyview's defense can do here. They've got 3 receivers to the left. In the slots, the big tight end, 1 to the right. Kaava waiting for the snap. And he gets Skyview to jump, and they do come across. So now instead of 3rd and 7, it'll be 3rd and 2.
That makes it a lot more manageable there for Orem. I was just about to say, John, too, if they could hold him to a field goal attempt here, that's a win for the Skyview defense.
Great play call, though, for the Orem Tigers to try the hard count and see. And Skyview didn't. They all kind of flinched and rolled on their hands forward and just came across into that neutral zone. So clock runs, 4th down and 2. Kaava's going to pass for it. He can't find anyone. He rolls to the right, and he is got it, I think, as
it's very close.
Broke a diving tackle, and it's going to be close. I think they'll give it to him. So it depends on the spot, but I think he's got it. No. Well, where they're marking it, so it's, what do you give him? 1 yard, it will be 4th and 2. 4th and 1, actually, so a 2-yard gain.
Heavy formation.
They turn around, hand it off left side, 1st down, inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal on the rush play.
Yeah, that was another running back. That's Riker Mickelson.
So from the 7, they get it down to the 3 of 4 yards there for a first. 1st and goal, they turn around, hand off up the left side. He's into the end zone from 3 yards out, and a great job by the Tigers. 16-play drive, 4:38 left. They chewed up a lot of clock, and they lead 20-14. What a drive by the Tigers.
Yeah, and just smash mouth football there. Once they got down to the goal line, on the fourth down play, they knew what they were going to do. They brought in a heavy set, got the yardage, and then said, hey, let's just do it again and punch this thing in, and it worked.
So Akana on for the extra point. 4:38 remaining in the half. Snap back, hold down, kick is on the way, and it is good. So the Orem Tigers, like we mentioned, in 16 plays, lead 21-14 with 4:38 left in the first half. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row.
Welcome back to Skyview High School. A great drive by the Tigers to get into the end zone. And it is 21-14. So Ballard back to receive this kickoff. They get their foot into it. It's a line drive, and Ballard's going to return it from the 1. Gets it up to the 10. He's up the middle to the 15, the 20. He's got some room to the 30. Bounces it outside, and then they got him from behind. The ball's loose.
The ball popped out as he's reaching forward.
So they give it to the Tigers at the 35. They recover it at the 36 as Ballard was going down to the ground.
You know why? It's because I've been talking about how he protects the ball so well. Again, John, they have a better view than we do, but to me, that's as he's on his way down, reaching out for an extra yard or so. But yeah.
So on the kickoff, it was a good return, but from the Skyview 36, Orem's in business with 4:27. As there is a discussion, but it's Orem ball. They're back out on the field after they just scored on a 16-play drive from the 36. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Back to pass. He is blitzed by Lily White. Hit. Touchdown Iyangi. Wide open in the middle. He goes from 36 yards out, and Orem strikes after the turnover by the Bobcats.
Yeah, nothing real fancy there. Just a kind of a go route by the running back, and Kaava able to stand in there, had enough protection. You said Jace Lillywhite was closing in on him. He kind of hangs in there tough, throws a strike right down the middle of the field.
So the fumble called on the field was on the kickoff. Orem recovers at the 36, and then in one play they hit Iyangi down the middle, down the seam for the touchdown. The extra point, pressure by Skyview up the middle, but it goes through, and it will be 28-14 Orem. I mean, it was just tied, Rex.
Yeah.
14-14
in
down.
the blink of an eye, 14 points are on the board.
So it took them 6 seconds on that play, but it's 28-14. We'll take a short break and be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years.
Welcome back at 14 straight points, and the Orem Tigers lead now 28-14 with 4:21 left in the first half. So Ballard and Sparrow back deep for the Bobcats. Kick is away. It's a low line drive. It will bounce at the 5. Ballard will pick it up at the 1. He's up to the 10, the 20, 25, still on his feet, and he's bounced out of bounds. Wow. Well, he stayed on his feet.
Stayed in somehow.
It got spun around, and then he got bounced out of bounds at the 35. Ballard running with some hard power there.
That's a ticked off run is what that is, and that's because you can only use certain words on the radio. That is Lincoln Ballard upset with the last call and just going to take a collision there on the sideline.
4:13 remaining in the half. Orem up 28-14. Bobcats start at their own 35. Going left or right on your radio dial. He was waiting for the official to blow the play. And they hand it off on the fly sweep. It's Sparrow trying to find some room. He gets spun around, gained about 1 or 2, and then taken back. Well, actually, they maybe gave him 3 from the 35. Maybe he got to the 38 there. I think he did.
Yeah, we can give him 3 on the stat sheet there.
So Sparrow gets 3 on a fly sweep. 2nd and 7 Bobcats from their own 38. Clock running down to 3:50. Clark fakes the handoff, throws it out to Sparrow the other side this time. He's up to the 40 with some blocks, to the 45, makes a move, but it's coming back as he got across the 50 into Orem territory, but they threw the flag back where the blocking happened, so it might be a block in the back or a hold.
Yeah, Guthrie had a really good block on the edge to send that, and that's what they're going to call is that block on Guthrie.
Yeah, they call a hold, so instead of at midfield, it was 1 yard downfield at the 39. The line of scrimmage was the 38, so it should go back to the 29. But it is a hold on Skyview.
Got Skyview down for 3 penalties for 20 yards.
So 3:40 remains. Well, then they must have, I don't know. They're spotting it at the 32. So a timeout. I didn't see who took it, but that's weird that the ball, because the flag was lying down at the 39. He got to the 50, so even 10 yards from the 50 to the 40 wouldn't make sense. So anyway, we'll take it. Skyview down to the 32 after the 7-yard penalty.
Now we got to scribble on my stat paper.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, other games going on. Last score we saw, Green Canyon leading Logan 14-6. DD Auto and Salvage brings you that game. Ridgeline was at Bear River tonight. Mountain Crest defeated Westfield at Westfield last night, 30-7. (28-14). Orem leads here. Skyview ball back at their own 32. It's 2nd and about 13. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Jack Clark. Stokes in the backfield. Clark takes it, handoff to Stokes. He bounces it outside to the 35 and up to the 40. Good run to the 41, actually. He gained 9. So Stokes gets it, the 9-yard run, and it brings it up to the 41, and so it's 3rd and about 4. They need to get to the 45. 2 receivers to each side. Clark barks out something. Now he looks to the sideline. Now everybody's looking to the sideline for the play. 3:10, clock rolling. 28-14 Orem. Stokes leaves the backfield. Clark back to pass. He's got good blocking. He throws to Stokes and throws it too high, incomplete. There were some Orem Tigers there in defense anyway. I don't know if Stokes could have gotten upfield, so it's going to be 4th down and 4 in their own territory. A tough decision here, but I think he got a punt.
Yeah, it's one of those where you're trying to tell yourself, like, okay, I realistically need a punt here, but, man, the momentum is just swings so heavily in Orem's favor. Like you said, John, the blink of an eye, we went from a 14-14 game to a 14-28 game.
Well, in the Bobcat offensive line, they gave Clark a lot of time on that, but it was a coverage sack, if you will, because they couldn't find anyone downfield. So he just went to the outlet, but threw it too high. 4th and 4 for the Bobcats. Zach Sparrow to punt. They snap it back. Gets the punt away. It's a high one. Iongi calls for a fair catch, I believe. He didn't really, his head went above his head. His hand did, but usually you see him wave it, but they do give him the fair catch at the 21, so it kind of flips the field with 2:55.
Yeah, it's a good punt by Zach Sparrow. Like you say, John flips the field. Now defense has to come out, and you can't let Iongi get behind you again.
So 2:55 remains in the half. 28-14, Orem leading. They start at their own 21. Kaava comes out. Twin receivers to each side. think it's Iyangi in the backfield with him on 1st and 10. Takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out to the right side now. Now he's going to run. He's upfield to the 30, 35, 40. He's got a blocker down the sideline, across midfield, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and he's popped out of bounds. I think inside the 10, it looks like, as the Skyview defender is slow to get up, but a big run from the 21.
Yeah, Cooper Karen was the one that kind of was on the receiving end of that hit by quarterback Ka'ava. Quick shout out though to Oliver Bills for the Orem Tigers. He actually helped Cooper Karen up on the play. You like to see that.
72 yards by my count on the run. So from the 7, it's 1st and goal for the Tigers. 2:41, clock stop. 3 receivers to the left. Ka'ava runs the pitch play to the 10, inside the 10, bounces off a tackler, and he's knocked down inside the 5. As that pitch play, they went back a little bit from the 7, but he got upfield. Let's see, to the 2, so 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 2.
That's a touchdown saving tackle there by Andrew Oxborough out there on the edge.
28-14. Clock running at 2:13.
That was Iyangi with the carry, right?
Oh, yeah, I believe so. Iyangi's in the backfield with another running back, Curtis. Iyangi right side, and he's stuffed and taken back. He jumped in there, and maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage where that linesman's coming in. I think he may have lost a yard.
Yeah, that was good, stout defense there by the Bobcats up front.
So a loss of 1. It was a loss of 1. Iyangi.
Keegan Mountcastle as well as Gavin Reed.
It's probably 2-down territory. Minute 38 left. 28-14 Orem. 3rd down and goal from the 3. They're on the left hash going to the north. They split 2 receivers out. 1 to the left, and that's the tight end, the big tall tight end on the left side. Ka'ava has Iyangi on his right hip. Back to pass. Ka'ava throws, and that's a pick play. It's a touchdown.
That's exactly what I was going to say, John.
As 2 defenders got caught up with one Orem Tiger, and the flag is out in the end zone. I think it's coming back, but maybe we're wrong, but it sure looked like it from here. But that's on the far side of the field.
Right.
So we'll have to wait and see what the officials saw. The back judge back in the back of the end zone made the call. So as Bruce Allen comes out, pass interference, so it was what we thought it might have been, and it is a pick play as the receiver was wide open in the corner of the end zone. But a pass interference.
That changes things both offensively and defensively here now.
It was 3rd and goal at the 3. You go back 15, it will take it back to the 18-yard line. It was a great throw by Ka'ava to the open receiver.
He got 50 yards worth of penalties on 4 penalties for the Orem Tigers.
So minute 14 remains in the half. 28-14 Orem in control and has all the momentum here before the half. Skyview will get the ball to start the second half. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. I think that's Curtis in the backfield this time with Ka'ava. 3rd and goal at the 18. Back to pass. He throws for the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. It's too far outside. The receiver had to turn around to the other side. Is on the wrong shoulder. Incomplete. And it will bring up 4th and goal at the 18.
Alex Dickey is a true corner. The mark of a true corner is when a quarterback throws a ball that's not catchable and the corner signals incomplete, you know, like I just made the biggest play there.
Okay, so they're spotting this ball for a field goal attempt, and it's Akana, the kicker. He's also their wide receiver. This should be a 35-yard attempt, I believe, from the left hash. Bills is the holder for the Tigers. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is on the way from 35 yards, and it is good. So Akana from 35 yards adds 3 more to the Orem Tiger lead, and it's 31-14. We'll keep it here with a minute 6 before the half. But a 35-yard field goal by the Tigers, and that momentum right now, 17 straight points. It was tied at 14 just a couple, 3 minutes ago. As let's see here, going through my papers, it was 14-14, and they scored to make it 21-14 with 4:38. And then they've just extended that lead further.
Yeah, this is everything we thought it would be, John. Just an absolutely high-powered offense, but I am definitely proud of the way that Skyview is fighting these Orem Tigers here tonight, though.
1:06 on the clock. Skyview has all 3 of their timeouts. We'll see if they get a return. Ballard's had decent returns, the one fumble, but we thought he was down. But let's see what this one holds for us as they get the kick away. This one looks like it's going into the end zone. Ballard jumps. Ballard wanted to return it.
Yeah.
He jumped up to try to save it. It crossed the plane, and so it will come back. Skyview will have it at their own 20.
As much as I like seeing Lincoln Ballard with the ball in his hands, I'm kind of glad they didn't let him bring that one out, because the gunners for Orem were already kind of coming untouched there. So that actually worked out in Skyview's favor.
31-14, Orem leads the Bobcats with 1:06 left in the first half. Skyview tied it up early in the second quarter to make it 14-14, and then that was 16-play drive by Orem. Took the lead 21-14, and they haven't looked back as they've scored 17 unanswered. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Stokes leaves the backfield. The corner blitz is on. They complete it. That's Sparrow. He gets upfield, and it's good that Clark saw that blitz.
Yeah.
So we'll give him 3 yards on that screen. 2nd and 7, clock running, under a minute. Clark throws complete to Guthrie, got his feet down, and stops the clock with 41 seconds.
Nice pitch and catch there. Clark and Guthrie starting to get on the same page again.
So it's a first down as 7 yards. And Skyview hurries up to the line on 1st and 10. Twin receivers to each side. Blitz is on again. They pick it up. Clark throws over the middle. Caught! With a defender on his back. What a catch. That's Ballard.
This is the Lincoln Ballard game, John. That's 5 catches on the night.
So 18 yards for the first. Skyview has 3 timeouts. 34 seconds as the clock's rolling. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left at the 48-yard line. Clark back to pass. They throw. It's on the far side. I can't see. They did say it was a catch by Guthrie, and they do take a timeout. They didn't need to there because he got out of bounds with 26.5, but they call the timeout, Skyview does, after the 8-yard pass play. No, 9. Yeah, we'll give him 8 to Guthrie. So 8-yard pass to Guthrie. But I'll tell you, that last play, that could be the Napa play of the game, Napa Auto Parts play of the game. Lincoln Ballard with a guy on his back, climbed the ladder, caught it. I'm not saying it was pass interference, just the guy jumped on him right as the ball got there.
Blanketed, yeah.
And he pulled it down at the 48. And then that great pass to Guthrie on the out route, got out of bounds, and Skyview used a timeout. They have 2 timeouts with 26.5 seconds, 31-14 Orem leads, and Skyview gets the ball to start the second half.
Well, here almost into halftime, Jack Clark has 118 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Leading the aerial attack there. And Lincoln Ballard, we were talking about him there, 5 catches, 85 yards for the Bobcats.
So Skyview is at the 44 of Orem. They've got 2nd and 2. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Stokes is in the backfield with Clark. 26.5 on the clock. Snap back to Clark. Clean pocket. He throws. He's got a man out there. It's incomplete. Waiting for a flag. Skyview wants the flag. The fans do. No flag there, as he had Guthrie and the defender was beat, but then he caught up and they said incomplete.
Yeah, just a little bit of an underthrow there by Clark, and that allowed, like you said, Guthrie had beat the defender, but that allowed the defender to get back into position.
So twin receivers, ball's on the left hash, twin receivers to each side. On 3rd and 2 for the Bobcats, 21 seconds on the clock. Clark fakes the handoff. The blitz is on. He's going to roll to the right side. Gets a block. Does he get the edge? Yes, he does, and gets out of bounds to preserve time, and he's got the first down. Clark, with that track speed there, showed it as he got to the 37 from the 44. It'll be a 7-yard first down.
That's a heads-up play there by Clark. Get the first down, get out of bounds. You got 14 seconds still left to work with.
And 2 timeouts, but the clock is starting to hurt him there. 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Clark steps up in the pocket. Now he throws. He's got a man. Complete! And he's knocked down. Timeout Skyview with 8 seconds. They're inside the 10, I believe.
Big catch there by Zach Oxborough. And what a way to climb the pocket there by Jack Clark. He's got a little pressure on the edges. He just climbs the pocket and throws a perfect ball there to Oxborough.
So 27-yard pass play down to the 10 as Clark stepped up into the pocket. He just saw Oxborough kind of splitting the 2 deep safeties and just lobbed it up there, and Oxborough held on at the 10-yard line, so it will be 1st and goal right at the 10 with 8 seconds and 2 timeouts. Or, excuse me, 1 timeout. Skyview trails 31-14.
145 yards passing now for Jack Clark. He's hit 4 different receivers on the night.
So what a drive by the Bobcats. It started at their own 20, Rex, with 1 minute and 6 seconds. They had an 18-yard pass play to Ballard. That was the big play there. 7-yard pass to Guthrie for a first as well. And then it's Clark rushed for 7 yards, kept the drive alive, and then that 27-yard pass to Oxborough. So here come the Bobcats, 1st and goal from the 10, 8 seconds and 1 timeout. Guthrie all alone on the left side, 3 receivers to the right. And Stokes in the backfield with Clark. 1st and goal at the 10. Clark back to pass. He throws to Guthrie. Complete. Touchdown. No flags, I don't think. It is. It's a touchdown from 10 yards on the comeback route to the pylon for Guthrie. What a drive.
That's such a good ball, too, by Jack Clark. He throws it a little bit back shoulder and just kind of like that little stop comeback route there by Guthrie, and those two are clicking.
So it took a second for Guthrie to get clicking, but
yeah,
10 yards. Throw 4.7 on the clock. Stokes to hold, gets the snap, puts it down. Kick is on the way by Sparrow. It is good, so it's 31-21. Orem with the lead. We'll keep it here because it's all about the end of the half, but with 4.7 seconds, 31-21, Orem leads, but a good job by Skyview that time with 1 minute and 6, Rex, because you know you're going to get the ball back to start the second half. And really, the Bobcats have played like with the Orem Tigers. A lot of people didn't think they would be able to, but they have. It's just a couple of mistakes that Orem has capitalized on tonight that has given them this 10-point lead.
Yeah, and going back to that last drive, though, John, it was just absolutely efficient is the way that drive was. They were methodical. They took everything Orem gave them. Jack did not force the ball at any point on that drive. They just took everything that Orem allowed them to have and able to move their way down the field and put it in for 7.
That was an 8-play drive that started at their own 20. And it was capped off with that comeback route to the pylon, 10 yards, as Guthrie and Clark hooked up. So now the Sparrow kicks it away. He sends a low-line drive that's going to be returnable at the 8, up to the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. He bounces off one tackler, still on his feet, across the 30, and he's got it. Iyangi blows.
My goodness.
Skyview had him bottled up. He's going to take it to the house. Did he pitch it? I don't think Iyangi was the player that caught it originally on the kickoff.
Sure, John. I'm here playing with stats, and I looked away as they got bottled up in the middle of the field. I looked away, and then all of a sudden Iyangi just springs his way out of that thing and takes it to the house.
It was either pitched or fumbled. I don't think Iyangi was the player who caught that. I might be wrong, but he takes it about 92 yards on the kickoff return, and it's 37-21. So that's big, as Skyview had momentum, but they give up that big kickoff return.
It's just hard because Skyview has to fight and claw their way for every yard, and Orem, it just comes so easily.
Well, the thing is, when you play a team that's 5-0, you can't make
a higher
any mistakes.
Classification,
that too. So waiting for the snap for Orem. They snap it back. The hold is down. The kick is on the way, and it is good, so it's 38-21, and that is how the half ends. That kickoff return, an amazing job as Iongi just bounced out of there. Again, I don't think he was the player who received that kickoff. It might have been, but
yeah, and I wish I would have been more help for you.
Well, Skyview bottled him up, and then all of a sudden
it was a pitch play. Trevor's saying it was a pitch.
Yeah, it looked like it had to have been, because Skyview had the kick returner, and then down the sideline, Iongi takes it to the house. So that's going to do it for half as Skyview cut it to 10, and now it's back to 17. We'll take a break for our halftime show. It's 38 for Orem, Skyview 21. We'll be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
Cache Valley Auto Care.
We're in the business of solving problems.
So we like to take the time to explain everything that's going on with your car so that when you come in and you do these repairs that you can actually drive away and feel confident.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence, Napa Auto Parts.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be
It's halftime here in Smithfield at Hanson Field. Skyview trails Orem 38-21 here at the half. And we've got confirmation it was a pitch play to Iongi on the kickoff return down the right side. And we do have some score updates that we'll get to for other teams around the region. These are brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. Schedule your service call on their website, advancedheating-ac.com. Call 752-7272. As the weather gets a little cooler, maybe you're looking for a new gas fireplace, Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning is the crew for you. So last night, Mountain Crest went and played a region game at Westfield. 30-7, Mountain Crest led from start to finish. Gave up a touchdown near the end, but it was all Mountain Crest winning 30-7 over Westfield. So that's one score. The other scores we've got tonight, Green Canyon leading Logan 28-6 at Crimson Field. It was 7-6 early for Green Canyon. Now it's 28-6. Ridgeline all over Bear River in Garland, 35-0. No shock there, as Nate Daly has a pair of touchdown passes and a short run. So 35-0 at the half there for Ridgeline. And Skyview, they trail here 38-21. Next week, the Bobcats will be at Bear River. We'll have that game here on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan. So we'll be there next week, and hopefully we won't be on the roof, but it seems like we will be. So just an unfortunate thing for us. Again, John Newbold, Rex Davis here with you. Trevor Jellum keeping us on the camera there and giving you great views of the game here on CashValleyDaily.com. And CashValleyDaily.com, the latest news about what's going on in your community is found on Cache Valley Daily, including the photo galleries and replays of all the local sports that are going on. You can watch the replays of these games. But Skyview, they got down early. Orem jumped on them 7-0 on the opening drive. Skyview had a punt on their first drive, and then Orem, in 3 plays, got ahead 14-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Skyview had a thrown interception on their next drive. Orem went and was driving, and then Andrew Oxborough, with 5 minutes left in the quarter, got the great pick on the quarterback, and then Skyview cashed in with a 14-yard TD pass to Sparrow. Ballard got the pancake block on the outside with 3:45, and Skyview trailed 14-7. On the next possession for Orem, they turned it over on downs. Skyview held and got the ball back. So after the interception, they scored. Then they get the turnover on downs. And then Skyview, with 2:09 in the quarter, had a 15-yard pass play to Ballard that got a first down. They had a 2-yard rush by Stokes on 4th down. They got the first. And then at the end of the quarter, they had a 2-yard rush to start the second quarter. Then an incomplete pass, then a 19-yard TD pass to Guthrie. And it's all tied up a minute into that second quarter, and it's tied at 14. And then Orem scored 17 unanswered points, and they had this next drive where they started at their own 17. They had a 16-play drive, chewed up a ton of clock, and they led 21-14. And then on the kickoff, Ballard was returning it. It looked like he was tackled and he was down, and then all of a sudden they knocked the ball loose after we thought he was down, and they gave the ball to Orem, who got the fumble, and then they scored on a 36-yard TD pass to Yongi, and it was 28-14. Then Skyview had a punt. Orem scored on a 35-yard field goal, 31-14. But Skyview, with a minute left, Rex, did a great job in 8 plays, and they used their timeouts wisely, but it was 1st and goal at the 10, and on a comeback route to the pylon, it was Clark to Guthrie from 10 yards out, and it was 31-21, and it looked like going with 4 seconds left in the half that things were going Skyview's way. But on the ensuing kickoff that was returned, there was a pile in the middle. Skyview had the player wrapped up, waiting for a whistle. I guess he pitched it to Yongi. Yongi went down the sideline, and they scored on the 92-yard kickoff return, and they led at the half 38-21, and that's where we're at right now. So now we turn our attention to stats. Rex has been adding that up while I've been wasting oxygen, I guess, because with that recap. So Rex is going to go ahead and take over. with his stats here in the first half.
Yeah, we'll let you take a breath there, John. These stats are brought to you by the Old Gristmill. Have you tried fantastic breakfast sandwiches? I know John and I have. They're served at the South Logan and Smithfield locations. You're going to love them. They have baked bread fresh daily. That's Old Gristmill. They sponsor our bread and butter play of the game, which you're going to want to listen to for that at the end of the broadcast. We'll give you that, and then you'll listen to the Full Court Press with Eric Franson and Jason Walker, and it seems like J.D. Walker's been a staple of that show lately too. You can listen to those fellas, and we'll give you that play. You tell them the play, you get some free bread from the Old Gristmill. So without further ado, here are the halftime stats. Rushing the ball for Orem. We're going to start on the Orem side of things. Orem, Iongi, 7 carries, 134 yards and a touchdown. Kaava, 7 carries, 86 yards. In the air, Kaava, 10 of 16 for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. Let's see. Kawa, I have his last name wrong. Kawa Akana, 4 catches, 69 yards and 1 touchdown. Iongi, 2 catches, 48 yards and a touchdown. Iongi also has credit for a kick return for a touchdown. And Malosi Iowa, the freshman defensive back, has an interception for the Orem Tigers. Over onto your Skyview Bobcats. Xander Stokes, 13 carries, 43 yards. Jack Clark, 11 of 22, 155 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw the 1 interception. Kava threw the interception as well. I did not have that on his stats there. Receiving the ball for Skyview, Ballard has 5 catches for 85 yards. Guthrie, 4 catches for 44, 2 of which have been touchdowns. Zach Oxborough has a catch for 27. Andrew Oxborough has an interception for the Skyview defense. Tyson Bradley's been making plays defensively, in on a lot of tackles. I'm not keeping track of tackles, but he's done really great flying to the ball. And those are your halftime stats for this Skyview versus Orem game.
Yeah, that's brought to you by Old Gristmill, and they are the sponsor of our bread and butter play of the game. Stay tuned post-game as we will get into that and your chance to win some loaves of bread. So again, we're at halftime, 38-21 with 3:43 left. We'll take a minute break, and when we come back, you'll hear from Coach Alder. I caught up with him pregame, so it will say a pregame, but we'll hear his thoughts about his coaching philosophy and his coaching staff. That's all coming up next right here on The Fan.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
It's halftime in Smithfield, 38-21. Orem leads the Bobcats. We're going to hear from Coach Alder, as we didn't have enough time to play it in pregame, but this is him talking about his coaching philosophy and coaching staff.
Well, it's just past halfway through the regular season, which is hard to believe for the Skyview Bobcats, and we're here with Coach Alder. And Coach, talk about, I was just curious, like how you got your coaching philosophy, how you got into coaching, what really sparked your interest, and just talk about that and how you got involved and where that philosophy came from to run the offense that you do.
Well, that's kind of a loaded question, but getting into coaching was a decision I made as a young man, 22 years old, decided that's what career path I wanted. Feeling like making a difference and being involved with kids and competition is still what I wanted to do because of what football had provided for me, not on-field success, but just from a personal growth and development standpoint. I thought it was just a natural fit. And my coaching philosophy has been, well, that's 20 years in the making and going on. It's an evolutionary process. It's a study of the great coaches. John Wooden, I would say, is one of the more influential coaches that I've studied and modeled kind of my values after. after, amongst some other great ones, but books, now podcasts, and observation about what helps kids reach their potential. And that's my ultimate goal. It's not a number on a scoreboard, and it's not a number in the win column. It's, can I get these kids to reach their potential as athletes and as students and as people, and can I instill in them the drive to be their best and recognize the value that comes of that, regardless of outcome from a win or loss standpoint. And offensively, I just figured if I know what I want to run the next play, why not do that as quickly as possible? Why waste time? I get it, but we want to play fast because it forces defenses to be more vanilla. It forces them to think faster than what they're comfortable doing. And we feel like in the fourth quarter that we will be the better, well-conditioned team. And I've seen that play out. Not always, but I've seen it play out more often than not. And so, when I assemble the coaching staff here at Skyview, first thing I talked about is being character and role models for kids. The second thing I talk about is, we need to care about them as people, because they don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. Yeah. And then you can coach them hard and love them hard, and love is not soft. And then it's your relationships with the kids and how well you can motivate them. And that doesn't mean yelling and screaming. It just means your connection with kids and them having that trust factor.
Well, Coach, so again, we're at halftime. That was Coach. I caught up with him pregame, but that was Coach Alder. We were just wanted to catch up with him halfway through the season, Rex, just to see kind of his thoughts or like his philosophy, like how he assembled his coaching staff and everything. And as you could hear, like, it's all about the young men. It's all how to shape them and develop them into great young men on and off the field. Yeah, that was a fun direction that you took that interview in, John, because normally it's, what's keys to the game, talk to us about Orem, they got studs all over the field, and we're typically leaning into more of a pregame interview, but I really enjoyed that. I like listening to Coach Alder and hearing, his take on things, and I've been curious too, like what sparked this hurry up, fast tempo offense. And it's kind of fun to hear, like, well, I already know what I want to run, so why am I going to wait to run it? So, yeah, that was a fun interview, and we are glad to have that interview brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors. Expect specific guidance from advisors who adhere to principles of honesty, professionalism, and integrity. You can visit adamswealthadvisors.com, and they are the ones that are powering your video experience with our good buddy T-Rev Jellum out there running the camera. So both teams are out warming up. We're getting closer to the start of the second half. Skyview will start on offense because they won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. But again, I feel like Skyview, after the initial punch to the jaw, if you will, right, they really stood their ground. And we've seen, like, Lincoln Ballard offensively leading the way with the physical aspect of playing. Defensively, like you mentioned, there's been guys all over the field just making hits. Skyview has come to play, and I think that maybe it kind of caught Orem off guard after they got up 14-0, that, hey, these guys, they're sticking around, and then they went on that 17-0 run, if you will, to use the basketball analogy. It absolutely, I think this caught Orem off guard. But here's the thing, too, John, and I know we can build a story off ifs and whats, but if that fumble does not go against Skyview, one play later they score, and then the kickoff, and then the kick return, if they're able to bottle them up here, that's 14 points off the board. This is a tie ball game, or excuse me, a lot closer ball game. So, it's just all those little things that end up breaking, and sometimes a great team has things break their way, and then that's when they really open things up. Well, and to start the second half, one of the things that we've seen is that the ball, or the wind actually has picked up, and it's really blowing out of the north going south. It's really kicking up the flag out there, as you can see in the north end zone. And so it's 12 minutes on the clock. We're about underway here in the second half. It's 38-21. Orem leading the Bobcats as we are about to get underway here in the second half. Orem will be kicking towards Preston, towards the north. So there's the whistle for a start to play. Orem gets their foot into it. It's a high kick. It will be returnable. It looks like it's going to go to Sparrow up to the 15. He's got a crease to the 20, 25, near the 30, and to the 35. What a return for Sparrow. He kind of waited, did a little bit of a hesitation, and then he just shot the gap.
Yeah, it's funny. It was a combination of patience and speed on that return by Sparrow. It's really good field vision is what it is. And that's going to spark a little bit of life into the Skyview offense. Listen, a lot of people were expecting Orem to come in here and just kind of manhandle Skyview, and like we were talking in our halftime show there, John, that's not the case. A couple of things go a different direction, and this is a lot different ball game. So here comes Skyview with a little bit of life in the legs.
So they've got one receiver to the left, two to the right. For Clark, takes the snap, he fakes the handoff, throws, he's got a man out there. Oh, off his fingertips at the 30-yard line. We've seen a couple of those passes by Clark tonight, Rex, and they're just inches away for the receiver to keep standing up, and that would have been, I think the defender was there, may have caught him, but incomplete to start on first down.
They started the game with one of those. They started the second half with one of those. I like the shots.
So same formation on 2nd and 10. They turn around, they hand it off to Stokes. He finds a crease, he's up across the 40, so maybe 5 yards. They're actually going to give him 6 to the 41. It will bring up 3rd and 4. So they line up at the 41, 3rd and 4, as they look to the sideline. They've got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball is in between the hashes for Clark. 3rd and 4 Bobcats at the 41. Stokes leaves the backfield. Back to pass. Clark waiting. He throws. He's got a man out there. Complete to Guthrie. Great pass. That was even better coverage by the defender, and Guthrie just snagged it out of the air in Orem territory.
That's what we always talk about when we're talking about Liam Guthrie, is the hands. This kid has hands where he just goes and plucks the ball. David Rasmussen is in position, but Guthrie just goes up and wins that ball.
I've got it for 26 at the 33 of Orem. They fake the handoff. They throw over the middle. Lincoln Ballard drops it on the slant pattern. The only one that I feel like he's dropped all night.
I don't think he's had a drop prior to that.
Well, then I won't call that one a drop. That was just incomplete. I don't want to jinx that one. But no, it was in Ballard's hands. Just couldn't pull it in. 2nd and 10. They hurry up. They run it up the middle. Nothing doing that time. Maybe a yard for Stokes up the middle. It'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Well, we'll give him 1, and that gives him 50 yards on the ground on 15 carries. That's been a hard-fought 50.
Stokes has had, I believe, 4 100 yards. And on 3rd and 9, the ref stops play and says Guthrie has to come out. So it must be
a bit of a wardrobe issue.
Something. They've really made it a point of emphasis with the equipment. Or maybe it's a mouthpiece. I don't know what it is. 3rd down and 9 from the 32. They turn around. They hand off. He's up the field on the left side. And you think when you're going to run the ball on 3rd, you're going for it on 4th here.
Yeah, I think you have 2 downs at that point. It's because he didn't have a mouthpiece, and he walked over to 39 there on the bench and said, "Hey, bud, can I borrow your mouth guard?" And he just took his mouth guard and checked into the game.
So it's 4th down and 4. That was a 5-yard gain by Stokes. So it's 4th and 4 at the 27 for the Bobcats. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ballard leaves the backfield, or Stokes does, excuse me. They throw it out to Stokes, wide open, makes a move, 1st down, inside the 20, down across the 15. What a move by Stokes. Usually he's the battering ram. That time he's shifty.
Yeah, he was shifty, but then finished it as a battering ram. Good play there by Skyview to move the chains.
So on 4th down, they get the first from the 27 down to a 14, so a They're going to give him a 14-yard pass play. Stokes up the middle, touchdown Skyview from 13. So a 14-yard pass play on 4th down to Stokes. And then 13 yards up the middle, Skyview is into the touchdown on 8 plays that started at their own 35.
They got to give me a chance to get caught up on stats here. That tempo that Coach Alder was talking about at halftime, that makes it a heck of a job here for us trying to keep track of stats. How far was that rush to?
13 yards, right up the gut on Skyview 38, or Orem 38, Skyview 27, 9:51 here in the third quarter. Opening drive. They fake it, they throw it too high. Stokes slams his hands. He had the receiver out there on the 2-point conversion, just couldn't get it in as it's incomplete. So the extra point or extra try doesn't count, and it's 38-27. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Gris.
Still Snoop Dogg and D.I.
Welcome back. Skyview on an 8-play drive, a 13-yard TD rush by Stokes cuts that lead down to 11, 38-27. Skyview kicks it away, and it's going to go out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 35 on the penalty as they kick it out of bounds. And maybe that's not the worst thing to do. Usually you don't want to do that, as they angled it away from
but after,
the returners.
Like you say, John, after that last kick return, maybe it's not the worst thing you could have done. I don't hate the call for going for 2 on that last PAT either, if that was designed, which it looks like it was. The last PAT, we saw a 2-bear kick. That thing barely cleared the upright. So I think Skyview was kind of planning on doing that next time that they had scored.
So here comes Orem from their own 35, leading 38-27, 9:51 here in the third. Kaava, the quarterback, 2 receivers to the right, or 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Iongi right side. Skyview's there and pulls him down. A penalty marker comes down in the backfield away from the play. But we'll see. Is it a face mask or a hold? It's a holding on Orem in the backfield. So 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. It will be 1st and 20. Clock still running. It should be stopped, but it's still running. They're going to have to add some time. But that was a holding. It was a tackle for a loss. Maybe Skyview will decline that, Rex.
Well, that might be what they're discussing over there, because I think it was Malcolm Young or Skylar Murdoch. It was Malcolm Young over there that made that play in the backfield, but so there is a discussion.
It would have been a 4-yard loss, it looks like. Let's see. So it would be 2nd and 14, or they're going to mark it off. So, yeah, they're going to mark it off. It'll be 1st and 20. I think that's the right call. I think that more time needs to go back on the clock, but... So 10 yards on the hold for Orem, and now they come in again.
Maybe they're going to fix the clock here and make you happy.
Well, I'm happy regardless.
You're always happy.
Because I'm inside. I'm not outside with the wind and the
Trevor's
cold
out
air.
there in the wind, experiencing it.
So as they discuss things, they're waiting for them to reset the ball and start the game again.
Yeah, just having a chat out there. Move it over here now.
So they had to discuss where the play was. It's going to be on the left hash. So that's the discussion. So 9:26 in the third, 38-27, Orem leads, and it says 1st and 22. It should be, well, I will go with it. Ball is back at the 22-yard line. Kaanga throws out there, and Skyview is going to tackle the receiver. His knee was down as he stretched forth for the 30. I think he didn't get back to the 30. They're going to mark him down from the 22 up to the 28. I think he got 6 yards. They give it to the 29, 7 yards on the pass play. Kaava on 2nd and long from the 29 now. 2nd and about 15. Did they mark it up at 30? They did,
Yeah,
so
they
it's an 8-yard gain. So 2nd and 15 from the 30. 8:47 left. Kaava, pocket breaks down. Now he's going to run. Skyview's in pursuit. They knock him at the original line of scrimmage, back where it was before the holding. But he didn't get quite back there to the 35. He got to the 34, so 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 11. So can the Skyview defense hold here?
That puts Kaava at 90 yards rushing.
So a big play here from the 34-yard line. They're on 34. It's 38-27, 8-13 here in the 3rd. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right on 3rd and 11. Kaava back to pass. Pocket breaks down. Now he's going to run. He throws at the last second, complete. And Skyview stops him short across the 40 to the 42, 8 yards. And I believe they'll go for it, but we'll see. It's going to be about 4th. They need to get to the 45. The ball's at the 42. 4th and 3 from the 42. Clock running at 7:38. They're lining up to punt. Mean Dean Phillips comes running on late. As Skyview sends the returner back inside the 20. If you're Skyview, you don't jump. They don't. The punt's away. It's a booming high one. I lost it.
That cleared the lights.
Yeah, that was a huge high punt, and it's going to take a Orem roll inside the 20, but what a punt. I completely lost it.
It was gone. Alex Dickey was looking for the ball, had no idea where it was.
So Skyview's defense held, Rex. Yeah. So they'll get the ball back inside their own 20, and they're trailing 38-21, 7-12 left here in the 3rd quarter. They mark it at the 18, so Skyview starts at their own 18. Last time they had the touchdown by Stokes up the middle. So Clark jogs out, trailing by 11. Going left to right on your radio dial. Ball's on the left hash on the east. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Clark. Stokes in the backfield. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pump fakes. Now he's going to have to get rid of it. He throws it. And it's incomplete, as Guthrie was the nearest receiver out there, but a great decision by Clark not to take the sack, and he threw it incomplete.
Yeah, just smart heads-up play by Jack Clark. Get rid of that thing, live to fight another down.
So 2nd and 10 Bobcats, 7:05, clock stops with the incompletion. 2 receivers to each side. Stokes in the backfield at their own 18. Turn around, handoff to Stokes. He's going to bounce it outside. He gets around to the 20, up the sideline as he puts his shoulder down, bowls over a defender, and gets about 8 or 9, maybe. Oh, they mark it clear ahead to the 29, so we actually got 11 for the first. My mistake.
That's how you finish a run right there. Xander Stokes just always falling forward.
So 1st and 10 from their own 29 for the Bobcats. Got a couple receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They fake the handoff. They throw over to Guthrie. Oh, my goodness. He snagged that baby out of the air.
Yep. that is those strong hands of Liam Guthrie.
12 yards to the 41 and a first. I've said it since the start of the season. He's got the best in the state. Stokes, a handoff on 1st down. Takes it up for about 6 from the 41 to the 46. So actually 5.
It's Bird on the carry, too.
Oh, good. So that's Bird. I think that's his first carry.
Yeah.
So up to the 46, Bird. I didn't see the substitution, so Bird's in there. 2nd down and 5, Bobcats. They just throw it. It's complete to Ballard. To the 40, makes a move to the 35, the 30, and gets to the 25. What a play.
Lincoln Ballard is becoming my favorite receiver real quick. This kid is just so gritty and just so tough. He's not afraid to take a hit, makes a nice catch in the middle of the field, and gets a nice gain.
I think it was 25. It might have been more. But Skyview on 1st and 10. Clark the throw for the end zone. Touch!
Did he catch that?
Touchdown! Oh my goodness! I thought it was picked off. Guthrie snagged it out of the air from 25 yards. I thought it was an interception, Rex. Oh, my goodness.
Man, neither one of us knew what happened. We just sat here like idiots, just kind of like watching it because we couldn't figure out what had happened. What a play by Liam Guthrie to go get that touchdown.
Clark threw it up there, and Guthrie somehow came down with it. We had to wait for the signal from the official because I thought it was picked off. It's 38-33 Orem with 5:42.
They might want to replace us, John. We cannot see what is happening on that field.
Well, hey,
what a play.
by the reaction of some of the fans, they didn't see it either.
Yeah, we aren't the only ones.
So Skyview going for 2. Clark in shotgun. He takes it. He fakes the handoff. He rolls out. He throws. Got it. Did he get in, though? No.
Oh, man.
They got it to Chance Wilson. He said that he didn't get it across, and it's 38-33 with 5:42 left in the third quarter. We'll take a break and come back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Gristmill.
Welcome back to Skyview High School. It was a 25-yard TD pass to Guthrie, 38-33. Skyview trails, and Skyview just kicks it out of bounds again.
That almost looked like Jack was aiming that one out of bounds a little bit.
Yeah, last time I think he was kicking it away from the receivers. But, yeah, that one's out of bounds at their 35. Orem will take over. But I'll tell you what, Clark, I don't know. What a strike. 25 yards to Guthrie. I don't know.
I can't wait to go back and watch that because I'm sure Trevor caught that on the camera. But, man, that was a wild play.
So 5:42, Skyview's defense. Let's see if they can get the ball back. We're in the third quarter. It's a 5-point game. Orem leads, 2 receivers to each side. They hand off to Youngie, and he goes right side. Skyview's there, but that speed shows to the 40, the 45, makes a spin move at midfield, still on his feet into Skyview territory at the 45. He's just too fast because Skyview's pursuit was there.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, John. Skyview is in position to make a tackle in the backfield. Almost any other running back in the state, that is a tackle for a loss, but Youngie turns that into a 20-yard gain.
So at the Skyview 45, it's 38-33 Orem, 5:15 left in the third. Orem ball, they're in Skyview territory. 1st and 10, and 3 Skyview players jump across. So Skyview's offsides. They haven't had too many penalties.
4 penalties on the night for Skyview.
So to the 40-yard line. 1st and 5. They're at the Skyview 40. 2 running backs in the backfield. And the handoff to Iongi, right side. He's just shifting around, gets to the 30. Then he's pushed back after he crosses about to the 29.
Tell you what, the Oxborough boys have had a game tonight, too, for Skyview.
So from the to the 30, I think the ball was at the 40, so we'll give him 10 because of the offsides.
Oh, yeah, I put 15.
Turnaround, handoff to Youngie, and he's taken down after 2 yards. Yeah, it was. And now there's a timeout, an official's timeout. No, it's a timeout by Skyview. Oh, no, it is official's timeout. There's a hurt Bobcat in the secondary, away from the play, really.
Yeah,
with 4:34.
That's a costly one, too. That's Tyson Bradley.
Well, hopefully he's okay because that was clear away from the play.
Yeah, those are the ones that are a little scary is when you don't know what actually happened.
So, again, this game is brought to you by DD Auto and Salvage, Cache Valley's #1 place to get the most money for junk vehicles and scrap metal. Pickup is available. Call 787-1204. They bring you Skyview Athletics here on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan. Again, Skyview next week will be at Bear River. They'll be back in region play. And the region standings, I thought I had them down here somewhere. Skyview atop of the standings at 2-0. Ridgeline was 1-0. So, and Bear River is sitting at 0-1, and they trailed tonight. Ridgeline was blowing them out.
Well, good news and bad news. Tyson Bradley able to walk off, but not under his own power. Hope that young man's all right.
Well,
that's a big loss for this Skyview defense.
Yeah, Tyson Bradley, one of the leading tacklers on the Bobcat defense.
Had 43 coming into this game, and he's got to be pushing double-digit tackles in this game.
38-33 Orem, 4:34 left. It's a 2nd down and 8 from the Skyview 28. Send a man in motion out of the backfield. That's Curtis. They take it, they pitch it out to Iongi left side. He's to the 35, the 30, down the sideline and knocked out of bounds, or he just ran out of bounds. He's got the first down inside the 20 to about the 18, so we'll give him 10.
It's such a small detail, John, but Xander Stokes has played a lot of linebacker. He's in a position to where, okay, I'm at an angle where I can go tackle Iongi, and then 2 steps later, he's almost out of the picture.
So at the 18 of Skyview, 4:15, clock stopped. Orem leading 38-33, and they're driving down to Skyview's 18. Curtis goes in motion. I think that's Curtis to the right side. They flip it out to Iongi. Same play, right side. He's got some blocking to the 10, the 5, curls inside, makes a move. He's inside of the touchdown for Orem as they lead 44-33 on that 18-yard TD rush as that pitch play worked to the left side and then to the right.
Iongi is just killing it on the ground tonight.
Well, we saw it when we watched some of their other games, and he's so quick.
Yeah, 192 yards on 11 carries, 2 touchdowns.
So pending the extra point, it's 44-33.
On the kick for the Tigers, number 13,
It's 17 yards a carry.
Snap back, the hold is down, and the kick is on the way, and it's good. So with 4:07, it's 45 for Orem. Skyview 33. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
What could I say? It all seemed to make sense. You've taken away everything, and I can't.
Welcome back. It's 45-33 Orem as they score from their own 35 in 5 plays, and it's capped off with the 18-yard TD rush by Iongi. They kick it away, and it's going to bounce into the end zone, and Skyview will take over at their own 20.
Well, in this heavyweight fight that we're watching, John, it's Skyview's turn to come back and throw a punch.
Well, Skyview's done it mostly through the air. The rushing attack that we've seen Stokes really get his 100-yard rushing games have kind of stood still. So
yeah, and his biggest carry on the night that I have is 13 yards.
That sounds about right. So from the right hash, it's 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Clark turns around. He's going to fake the handoff. He throws, bobbled and caught. No, it's incomplete. Yeah. As the tight end was just bobbling it. I think that was Jace Lillywhite.
Yeah, Jace Lillywhite. I agree, John. I don't think he ever actually had possession of that thing.
Well, and the official agreed as he called it incomplete. It just looked like he didn't catch it clean as they fake the handoff and roll out to that left side. So 4 minutes exactly left in the third. Skyview trails by 12. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. I think that's Stokes in the backfield. They turn around, they hand it off to Stokes. Nothing there. Orem swarms to the football, and it will be a 2-yard loss. No, 1 yard to the 19.
Yeah, that was bottled up real quick there by Orem.
So 45-33, Orem leads with 3:40 on the 1-yard loss. 3rd down and 11 for the Bobcats from their own 19. 3 receivers to the left. The ball in between the hash, but 3 receivers to the left, the wide side of the field to the east. Guthrie all alone on the right side. Stokes in the backfield with Clark. Awaiting the snap. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He throws over the middle. Complete to Ballard to the 40, 45, 50, down the sideline, 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10. Ballard goes house call. He did the little hezzy at midfield, and he's into the end zone with 3:04. Ballard, let's go.
That hesitation step, John, is what caused that, and I believe that was the freshman defensive back that had the interception earlier in the game, Malosi Iowa, that was there on the edge with Ballard, but Ballard throws a little veteran shimmy step right on the sideline, making it kind of look like he's either going to go out of bounds or initiate contact, and he ends up just turning on the Jets and taking that thing to the house.
81 yards from the 19-yard line. Ballard strikes 45-39 with 3:04. Stokes puts the snap down. The kick is good, and it's 45-40. It's a track meet.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, John, I did not expect this.
I'll tell you what, Ballard, the great thing about that pattern, he snagged it out of the air like Guthrie, and then he was trying to get to the edge. He did, and then he just threw in that hezzy at midfield, and he was down the sideline for the touchdown.
6 catches, 166 yards, and a touchdown for Lincoln Ballard in this game.
Wow, there's so many players. Defensively, we haven't given anyone a player of the game, so we've got to give someone there. Ballard, we gave him...
Jack Clark's broke the 300-yard mark, too.
Unreal. So Skyview trails by 5, 45-40 with 3:04. Lincoln Ballard, what a play. Put that one down as a Napa Auto Parts play of the game. So the ensuing kickoff, they kick it away. This one is going to go into the end zone, so it'll be from their own 20. Orem will start and see if they can strike back. Skyview's had a lot of explosive plays tonight.
Yeah, they have. Jack Clark has thrown, 5 touchdowns through the air, 337 yards. Lincoln Ballard's got 6 catches, 166 yards. Guthrie's got 7 for 107 yards and 3 touchdowns.
So Orem has it from their own 20. 3:04 in the third. Kaava comes out with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fakes the handoff. Blitz is on. Now he throws over the middle, and nearly picked off. And I'm not sure who that is. That Lily White?
Zach Oxborough.
See, I think I just have a problem with any number.
Oxborough. He cuts right in front of that, and it's kind of the flash that made that thing kind of go out of sorts there. Tyson Bradley on the sidelines trying to get that ankle or leg or something to loosen up, but not looking like it's going to for him.
2nd down as there's a stoppage of play. It's in a... Let's see. Stokes has to come out as he's got some blood on his knee. Yep. So they're spraying that down, trying to get that cleaned up. Curtis Kazir's over there. 2nd and 10 from the 20. 3 minutes in the third. Lots of football left. 45-40 Orem. Kaava hands off inside. He busts it outside. Iongi's loose. The flag comes out. And I think the tackle that time was by Cooper Karen.
Yeah, Cooper Karen, really good tackle in space on Iongi. Looks like we might have an offensive penalty here on Orem, though. 2 of these tackles are freshmen, John. You know who else was a freshman that started at Orem? He's protecting Patrick Mahomes' blind side now. That's Kingsley that plays for the Chiefs. So high praises here for these young freshman tackles for Orem.
So a holding penalty negates that big run.
It's a 5th penalty on the Orem Tigers that I have them down for.
So now it's 2nd and 20. Takes it all the way back to the 10-yard line. The Tigers at their own 10. 2nd and 20 with 2:51, but they're so explosive that
They
2nd
are.
and 20.
What does it mean?
Well, and
Yeah.
honestly, in this game for both teams, 2nd and 20 is not.
Right.
Big plays all over the place. 45-40. 2 receivers to each side for Kaava. Takes the snap, back to pass. Pocket breaks down, he throws, it is picked off! 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Skyview's got the lead! Was that Lillywhite?
Yep, 3rd interception on the season for Jace Lillywhite, and he makes it count by taking it all the way to the house for a pick 6. And Skyview jumps on top of the undefeated 5A Orem Tigers.
46-45, 2:42 left in the 3rd. Oh my goodness. The Bobcats have picked off Kaava twice tonight. He's only thrown 1 interception in the first 5 games.
Yeah, he's thrown more picks tonight than he has in the entire season. And that one a costly one as Lillywhite takes it to the house.
That one was it floated up there. It was about 35 yards. Skyview with the lead, 46-45. What a game here in Smithfield in the 3rd quarter.
This is absolute insanity.
Skyview looks like they're lining up for 2 as they're in the huddle. But they have their first lead of the game. They were trailing by 14, and now a timeout for Skyview as they want to talk this one over, and it kind of took a long time to get out there.
Yeah, I think
they didn't want to delay a game,
trying
right?
to decide, I think going for 2 was probably the plan once they realized that we just got a pick 6, but I think figuring out exactly what they wanted to do to get a 2-point play here, because we've seen it that Orem can hit field goals. It's definitely a possibility. So a 3-point lead is actually a pretty big deal here if you're Skyview and you can go up by 3.
Skyview's tried 2 other 2-point conversions and haven't converted, but Kaava that time, I think as he went to throw, he got hit at the last second, and that ball just floated in the air, gave time for Lillywhite to get under it, broke a tackle at around the 15 and took it to the house, and Skyview leads 46-45 pending this 2-point try. 2:42 in the 3rd, 46-45 Skyview. Got two receivers to the right, now a man in motion, that's Guthrie. Clark fakes the handoff, he rolls out, he throws, he's got a man! It's caught! 2-point conversion is good! And Skyview's got the lead 48-45 with the 2-point conversion.
Big play there by Chance Wilson from the tight end position. Just last Friday celebrated his 18th birthday, and I was hoping to be able to shout him out in that one, but I was this time. What a play by Chance Wilson. What a great play design, because the whole motion of that play appears that Xander Stokes is going to the right, but they end up setting it up and off a little misdirection to Chance Wilson for 2.
Well, we've got some score updates, but they're starting play, so we'll go. That interception by Lillywhite and takes it to the house. I don't know how long it was. What is it, about 35 yards or something like that, maybe?
That could be in contention for our old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game.
Well, that's a good call. 3rd quarter, 2:42. So Skyview kicks it away. It's deep, but will it get deep enough? And yes, it does, into the end zone. Skyview has some momentum now after that pick from their own 20. The Tigers will come out, and I expect a big dose of Iongi. Let's see, though.
Yeah, I would also, but that Skyview defense is coming out with a little pep in their step. They look like they're ready to come back out, but Iongi, 192 yards on 11 carries, John. That's putting him over 17 yards per carry.
So Skyview's largest output of the season at 48 points. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In the backfield is 2 running backs. For Kaava, he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw. It's complete up the field. Skyview's hit him, and it's going to be right at the sticks. Oh, they said he stepped out early, so maybe 8 or 9. Let's see where they mark it. Is it at the 28 or 29? It's at the 29. So 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1. 2:34. The clock stopped. I guess he stepped out.
Sorry, John.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say 74 yards for Kaava.
Kaava turns around, hands it off up the middle, and he is hit and pop-canned right there. Iongi got the first down, but then he is pop-canned.
Big tackle in the middle of the field by Xander Stokes.
We'll give him 4 yards for the first, up to the 33, I believe. Skyview leading here in the third quarter, 48-45, 2:20 left to play.
Iongi approaching that 200 yards rushing.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2 of those running backs in the backfield with Kaava. One of them leaves. Kaava has it. He throws downfield. He's got a man. 50, 45, 40. Turns on the Jets down the sideline and tackled out of bounds.
That's a huge play by Jackson Sanders down the sideline, able to get open. And he left Alex Dickey by a full step, maybe step and a half on that play, and just a good ball by Kaava.
So I think it's about a 44-yarder. It's down to the 23-yard line of Skyview. Skyview leads 48-45 with 2:02 left in the third. So 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Orem. One of them leaves. Iongi gets on the right side, and he's buried right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard gain.
Big tackle there by Mean Dean.
So a 1-yard gain. 5th play of the drive that started at their own 20. 1:48 on the clock. Skyview leads here in the third quarter, 48-45. Skyview's held them to a field goal once before. It's 2nd down and 9 from the Skyview 22. Man in motion out of the backfield. Kaava is back to throw. He hit a clean pocket, gets up the middle, and he's tackled at the 15.
A good tackle by Jace Lillywhite. Kaava it made a really good read. So he wants to do a quick hitter to the right. Skyview's defense is in position, so he just uses his legs, takes off, and gets a nice and brings up a 3rd and manageable here for them.
3rd and 2. It was a 7-yard gain down to the. Well, actually, they mark it at the 16, so 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3.
96 yards rushing in the game for Kaava.
Well, it's about 2.5, but either way, the ball is at the 16-yard line as the Skyview crowd makes some noise. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2 running backs in the backfield with Kaava. One of them leaves. They turn around, they pitch it out to the right side to Iongi. He's got the corner, and he's tackled, but he's got the first down from the 16 down to the. Excuse me, it wasn't this. Yeah, it was. It was the 16 down to the 9. And someone's slow to get up.
It's Iongi.
Oh, he's got a cramping.
Yep.
Okay, so he's cramping, but he gets down to the 9. He's had a lot of rushing yards, so you can understand. 7 yards for the first.
Yeah, that puts him over 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, when you look back at the stats on this game, there's going to be so many combined yards between the 2 teams. It's unreal tonight.
I mean, Iongi alone has 204 on the ground. He's got another, looks like 48 receiving.
We've got one final score. Let's see if I can find it again. The final from Crimson Field, it's Green Canyon 42, Logan 21. That score brought to you by Preston Watts Collision and Glass. Proud sponsor of Skyview Athletics here on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM The Fan. Want to thank Trevor Jellum as well, running the camera for us.
Iongi's taking a little while here for a cramp.
Well, hopefully I hope that's just what it is. They were stretching him out.
That's the thing. That's what makes you think cramp is just the fact that they're stretching that leg out. But
here's the thing. There's 29 seconds in the third quarter. Skyview leading 48-45, Rex. The way these two teams are playing, there's a ton of time left.
Oh, this is...
You got a whole quarter.
This has been crazy. Absolute shootout.
So here we go. Orem's lining up as Skyview's coming off the sideline after the injury timeout. I'm glad to see Iongi walking off on his own power. And it was just a cramp. First and goal at the 9 for Orem as they start the clock. So it's running under 30 seconds. Kaava, the quarterback, he's going to hand it off. I think maybe Curtis around the right side. He's popped and hit. He's got positive yards down to around the 5 or the 4 on that right side. Clock running down to 10 seconds. That will probably do it for the third quarter. Let's see. They mark it. Yeah, down to the 4. So that's going to end the quarter, Rex. So it was a 5-yard gain, and that will end the third quarter. And so at the end of the 3 quarters, it's Skyview 48, Orem 45, but Orem's knocking on the door.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Woo! Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
48-45 Skyview. That last possession, I lost my mind. I can tell you that. End of the third quarter. 8th play of the drive coming up for Orem here, Rex. And it is second and goal at the 4-yard line. Going left to right on your radio dial towards the south. Skyview trailed early 14-0. They fought all the way back and finally took their first lead there in the third quarter, 48-45. But Orem's driving, and now second and goal at the 4. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A couple running backs in the backfield. Kaava takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Iongi, and there's a play dead. It's blown dead. It's going to be usually a false start unless Skyview lined up in the neutral zone at the snap. We'll see. Dead ball, offsides on Skyview, so half the distance to the goal line. They lined up in the neutral zone at the snap, and it will be down to the 2, second and goal at the 2.
Well, it probably just saved a touchdown on that play. I'm not saying it's not just delaying it, but I think Iongi was going to punch that thing in the way that the play just kind of looked and was designed.
Second and goal at the 2. Now, Orem trying to take the lead back to start this fourth quarter. Kaava takes the snap. He hands off to Iongi left side. He follows his blockers. He's into the end zone easily untouched. And Orem's got the lead back, 51-48 with 11:52 left in the game. So a 2-yard TD run by Iongi.
206 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns for Iongi in this game.
So 51-48, Tigers lead and trying to tack on the extra point to make it a 4-point ball game. This is a big extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick on the way. It is good. So with 11:52, it's 52 for Orem, 48 for the Bobcats. We'll take a short timeout and be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a
This is kind of how I feel a little bit. Every time I hear this, I feel a little dizzy. It just makes you... But it's 52-48 Orem as they lead Skyview as they got the 2-yard TD run by Iongi. And now they'll be kicking it away. I don't know, every time I hear that song, I just kind of feel like I'm in some trance.
I thought you were going to say you feel Fly, because it's called Fly by Sugar Ray.
I know, but yeah, I'm definitely not Fly.
I don't know.
No, I've talked to my son, I'm not.
Tyler does know.
Gets the kick away, and it will go into the end zone. About 8-9 yards deep. Skyview will take over from there.
Okay, so we spent all pregame talking about this high-octane, powerful Orem offense, and it's been on display. But, man, have the Skyview Bobcats been going punch for punch with them. Jack Clark has thrown 20, let's see here, almost 33, so 32 pass attempts, and is 337 yards with 5 touchdowns on the night.
Well, the Bobcats come out. They trail 52-48. They took the lead early in the third, or late in the third. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Stokes in the backfield with Clark. Clark takes it, blitzes on. Stokes picks it up. He throws. He's got Guthrie out there. Complete across the 50-yard line.
Oh, my goodness.
To the 48, so a 32-yard gain to Guthrie, and great job by Stokes to pick up the blitz.
Yeah, Stokes really set that thing up, but, man, what a pitch and catch by Clark to Guthrie, and here they go with some tempo.
So in Orem territory at the 48, Clark takes a snap, handoff to Stokes. He's got 8 yards and still pushing the pile forward near the markers as he just found a crease on the right side. As you mentioned, they went hurry up. Stokes gets 9. 2nd down and 1. Bobcats line up. Clark takes it. Handoff to Stokes again, and he's bottled up and taken down for a loss of maybe, depends on the mark. Maybe they gave him the 40, so it'd be a loss. No, it's a loss of 2. Right?
I'm trying to see, John. It's just shy of the 40.
Yeah, we'll give him a loss of 2. So it's 3rd down and 3. Bobcats back at the 41-yard line. Need to get to the 38. A receiver to each side. Clark takes it, fakes the handoff, rolls out. He throws too high, incomplete. As he's trying to hit Ballard over the middle, it'll bring up 4th and 3.
Yeah, just a little too high. We've seen Ballard climb the ladder already tonight, but that one was a little bit too high.
10:41 left in the game. Skyview trails by 4, 52-48. Looks like they're going for it. It's really at the 40.5-yard line, so it's a long 3, if you will. 4th and 3. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Stokes in the backfield with Clark, waiting the snap. Now Stokes leaves the backfield. Clark back to pass. He throws right. Complete. They say it's complete at the 30-yard line.
It almost looks like it's skipped.
So they give him 11 yards to the 30. Guthrie has it. So that was 4th down. Skyview lines up quickly at the 30, 1st and 10. Couple receivers left, 1 to the right. Running back, Stokes leaves the backfield. Clark throws, he's got a man out there! Touchdown, Guthrie! Does he hold on? Yes!
Oh my goodness.
Skyview's got the lead back from 30 yards. The 6th TD of the night by Clark.
That was absolute insanity, John. Liam Guthrie is just going off in this game. 30 yards out. That gives him 180 yards receiving.
54-52. I haven't been involved in many football games with this many points. I know Skyview put up 60 the other day, or the other night against Logan, right? 62-7 was that one?
Yeah.
So awaiting the extra point, Stokes puts it down. The kick is blocked. And it blows dead. So 10-16, the extra point is blocked. It's 54-52. Skyview's got the lead with 10-16 left. Wow, what are we in store? We still got 10 more minutes of this, baby.
We're not going to sleep tonight.
We'll keep it here. 54-52, Skyview with the lead. I'm going to run out of sheets of paper. I got to pull out some more. Do we have a copy machine up here?
I can make you a little
No,
sheet
I've got one. Jeez. What a game. Both teams aren't going away. It's like, who's going to flinch first? Skyview with the 2-point lead. That blocks their extra point is going to be big because, like you mentioned earlier, Rex, that Orem has got a good field goal kicker.
Yeah, and the absence of Brannick Jamison is really starting to rear its head here, and they've had to go for twos. They've barely had one go over the crossbar, then this one's blocked. So Brannick Jamison being gone is a huge loss for Skyview right now.
So Skyview kicks it away. It's going to bounce and go into the end zone for a touchback. It didn't go out of bounds.
So, real quick, John, Jack Clark has thrown for 410 yards so far and 6 touchdowns.
And Guthrie, what do you have him?
180 yards on 10 receptions.
Wow, it's got to be career highs for both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 10-16 left in the game. So much football left.
Somebody run the ball.
Well, oh, what a great game here in Smithfield. 3 receivers out to the right. Kaava hands it off and breaks a couple tackles. I believe that's Iongi, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it is too. Waiting confirmation here. Yeah, Iongi.
We'll give him 8 yards to the 28. The stats on this game are
I'm struggling. Yeah.
Well, not our stats, just like overall, it will just be crazy to look at. 7 yards, actually. They mark his knee back, so it's 2nd and 3 from the 27. 9:45 clock running. Skyview leads by 2, 54-52. 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kaava takes it. He's going to hand it off to Iongi, who bounces it outside with that speed. Does he get the edge? He does. He's twisted around, luckily, and taken down there at the 35, or it looked like he could have busted it up the sideline. Let's see. They're going to mark it at the 36, so 9 yards for the first.
I was almost expecting him to break that thing wide open, just the way that this game's been going. You see Iongi get over to the edge in space, and you just think he might take it.
Clock running, 9:17 left in the game. Skyview leads by 2, 54-52. It's Orem football from their own 36. Receiver to each side. They turn around, they fake the handoff. He's back to throw. He throws. Oh! Nearly. The defender wasn't looking for it. I think that was Karen. It was overthrown for the tight end there, and then Karen, he wasn't quite looking for the football and couldn't locate it, and it goes incomplete.
Yeah, Tika Wesley was the intended receiver at 6'7", and that thing went over his head, and I don't think Cooper Karen was expecting it to go over a 6'7" receiver, but it did.
Yeah, as Kaavo just too strong on that pass.
He has 218 yards passing on 23 attempts.
And 2 picks. One was a pick 6 by Lillywhite. 9:06, 54-52. Skyview leads. They turn around, they hand it off. That's Iongi. He's got some blocking out there. It looks like a hold, but they don't call it. He's down the sideline to the 45, makes a move inside, and he's tackled at the 29-yard line as there was a Skyview defender out there that had his jersey yanked sideways and no call.
Yeah, Tyson Bradley checked back into this game to play some linebacker, and he met Iongi in space there. Iongi throws a little juke on him, and Tyson was hurting prior to that play, and I think he's understanding now that he may be done for the night. Big play, though, by Iongi.
About 34 yards on that rush is what we'll give him. 3 receivers as he got to the 29. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 8:27 clock running. Skyview leads by 2. Kaava throws it out. It's a lateral, and Skyview might have it. Let's see. It is. It's Skyview on the lateral as they passed it behind the line of scrimmage back at the 40. A huge turnover with 8:18.
Norman Sadler came up with that fumble recovery for the Bobcats. The junior just saw that ball on the ground and dove for it. Good play there by Norman Sadler.
8:18 remaining, and Skyview leads by 2. So Skyview takes over. The ball will be at their own 41, and they lead by 2 with 8:18 to play. Skyview's offense is back on the field. So from the 41-yard line, here's Skyview. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. For Clark. Stokes in the backfield. Takes the snap. They're going to hand it off to Stokes right side. He's up the field to the 50 or to the 49. He just scampered through, Rex. I didn't think he could get through, and he did. 8 yards.
Yeah, it was a good block on the edge by Carson Holst that really set that for him.
So 8 yards for Stokes to the 49. 2nd and 2. They hand off to Stokes again. He's busted across the 50 for the first down in Orem territory to the 48. So 2, 4. We'll give him 5 for the first. So clock running down to 7:50 left in the game. Skyview leads by 2, 54-52.
Stokes is getting real close to that 100-yard mark, and they're going to check Bird in to spell him for a play or two.
So, and they go off sides. There's the flag on 1st and 10. Skyview draws them off sides. So it'll be 1st and 5. It will go from the 47 down to the 42.
I believe that's the 6th penalty on the Tigers on the night.
So from the 42 of Orem, 7:41 to play. Clock rolls after the penalty. 1st and 5, Skyview. They lead by 2. 1 receiver to each side. Bird in the backfield with Jack Clark, the junior signal caller. Actually, they've got 2 receivers to the left now. Blitz is on. They throw complete to Ballard as he goes to the ground. Clark barely got it off. Are they going to give him the first? Yeah, they do. So he needed 5. He got 6, Rex.
That is quick throwing the ball there by Jack Clark.
So Ballard has the 6-yard play for the first down. Skyview lines up quickly. 2 receivers to the right. Now they look to the sideline. The ball is more to the left hash, but it's kind of in between. Guthrie all alone on the left side, the short side. 2 receivers to the right. Bird in the backfield, under 7 minutes to play. Skyview leading 54-52. Clark fakes the handoff, back to pass. Still looking, he throws over the middle. Oh, what a pick!
Wow.
It was too high for Ballard. They both went up for it. That's a great pick by number 13,
Kawe Akana. Oh my goodness. That was such a good pick. Jack Clark taking a shot across the middle of the field there. Ballard's been climbing that ladder. He's been sailing it a little high to Ballard. Every time he's been going to Ballard, it's been just a touch high. This time with the defender, Kawe Akana at 6'3", he is able just to go up there and bring that thing down. What a play by Akana.
Skyview was driving. Looked like they had the momentum after that fumble recovery. And now it's back to Orem at their own 24. 6:44 left. 54-52, Skyview leading here on the Fan. But it's Orem ball at their own 24. Kaava hands it off, and Iongi is taken down after about a 3-yard gain.
That'll be enough to put him at 260 yards on 19 carries for Iongi. Just absolutely explosive tonight.
Clock is running. Skyview leads by 2. Orem has it at their own 27. 6:20 left in the game. And what a game it's been. It's had everything. 2 running backs in the backfield for Kaava. He takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Still looking. He throws over the middle, down the seam. Incomplete. Trying to find Wesley as he's bracketed in double coverage, and the clock will stop with 6:05, Rex, and it brings up a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, really good defensively there by the Bobcats. Double cover the 6'7" tight end as he's streaking down the middle of the field. And Kaava he missed him, but there wasn't much separation there in that double coverage.
Big play here, 6:05 left in the game. 54-52. Skyview leading, need a defensive stop to get the ball back. as the student section making some noise. 2 receivers to the left. They've got 2 running backs in the backfield, and now a timeout by Orem with 6:05 to play. It's been a terrific game. We're going to take a short break, one spot, and we'll be back right.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years.
Welcome back to Skyview High School. Skyview with looking defensively at a 3rd and 7 for Orem. 54-52, Skyview leads with 6:05. Fantastic game here in Smithfield as it's out of region play, obviously, for both teams. And Skyview will be back in region play next week at Bear River. We'll have that game here on the Fan. 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. Again, your video experience is powered on CashValleyDaily.com by Adams Wealth Advisors. So a big 3rd down and 7 here from their own 27 for Orem. Skyview leads 54-52 with 6:05. They just came out of the timeout. 2 receivers to each side for Kaava, the quarterback. He's thrown a couple picks tonight. Skyview shifts to the right side, defensive line. Kaava, back to pass, clean pocket, throws, it's complete, breaks a tackle to the 40, the 45, still on his feet, 50, dragging defenders, but Skyview, I'm trying to see the defender, I think it was
Dickey.
He swiped at it, almost knocked it down, but he didn't, and then a big play, so from the 27 on 3rd and 7, they get across the 50.
Man, what a play there by Kawe Akana. And Alex Dickey is there. I feel like we've said it 4 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row now, John, but it's a game of inches, and that was an inch away from being knocked down or a 20-yard gain.
So from the Skyview 48, 5:25 left, the fly sweep to Iyangi. He goes to that side, and he's tripped up and taken down.
That's a big tackle by Zach Sparrow.
2 yards, maybe 3. Let's see, they mark it at the 46, so a 2-yard gain. Clock running. It's 54-52. 5 minutes to play. Skyview leads by 2. Orem has the ball 2nd down and 8 from the Skyview 46. Got a receiver to each side, 2 running backs in the backfield for Kaava. Takes the snap, he fakes the handoff, he rolls out, he's got a man, he just shovels it forward, complete to the 45, makes a move, he's still on his feet, weaving and dodging defenders, and he's across the 30 to the 28, a gain of 18, as there is a Skyview player getting up slow.
Yeah, Oxborough a little slow to get up on the play, but man, what a play there to get the ball to Mickelson. I mean, Kaava's spreading the ball around. That is 7 different receivers on the night.
Down to the 28 after the 18-yard pass play. 4:23 left to play. And they're at the Skyview 28. 54-52 Skyview. 1 receiver to each side. 2 running backs in the backfield. Kaava takes it. Handoff to Iyangi. He busts it out with a stiff arm to the 15. Gets around another defender down the sideline. 10, 5. Bowls his way in. No, he stepped out inside the 5 to the 4. So a 24-yard gain for Iyangi, and it's 1st and goal.
Iyangi looks like when you and Tyler are playing Madden and you create yourselves and your running back is just a 99 speed overall. That's what Iyangi looks like. This dude in space, he has such good field vision to bounce that thing clear out to the left and get a nice gain there of 24.
4:05 remaining in the game. 54-52 Skyview. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line of Skyview for Orem. 2 receivers to each side. Iyangi's on the left side, split out.
John, have you ever seen a 300-yard rusher?
And on the Iyangi goes in motion. They're going to hand it off, and a flag comes out. Is this a Skyview offsides or a false start?
False start.
False start, so it will knock him back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and goal at the 9. What a game.
21 carries, 286 yards.
7th play of the drive coming up from their own 24. They've chewed up 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 4:04 remains in the game. Skyview leads by 2, 54-52. First and goal at the 9 of Skyview. As Orem breaks the huddle. Line up. Got a man to each side. A receiver, 2 running backs in the backfield. Kaava takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He throws out there for a screen on the left side. Some blocking down the sideline. Touchdown, Orem with 3:58, and they've got the lead back. 58-54. Now they're stopping play. Was there a flag out there?
Yeah, there was, and I was trying to see who had the reception on the play. John, did you happen to catch?
I didn't see who it was.
I'm kind of leaning towards Beckham Curtis, number 26.
And they're coming to Skyview and saying a sideline warning, so the touchdown will count. I don't know if they threw a flag for that, but they stopped play. So a 9-yard TD pass. We just didn't catch the number for Orem. So they've retaken the lead, 58-54, pending the extra point. 3:58 to play, each team with 2 timeouts. Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct was the penalty against Orem, so that'll be assessed on the kickoff. So that's going to give Skyview, you assume, some better field position. We'll see. That could be a big penalty, Rex.
Yeah, it could.
So after the touchdown, the unsportsmanlike, and then they line up for the extra point. 58-54, pending the extra point, Orem leading. Snap, back, hold down, kick is true, and with 3:58, it is 59 for Orem, 54 for the Bobcats. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Gristmill on South Main.
Orem leads 59-54 in this high-scoring affair. 3:58 remains, but that penalty unsportsmanlike after the touchdown, Rex takes the ball. They'll be kicking off from their own 25. So
we're thinking that was Akana with the touchdown reception, which would give him 2 for 2 touchdowns, 106 yards on 7 catches.
Trevor Gillum,
not just running the camera, but being a spotter too.
So from the 25, they're going to kick it away. Skyview's got their 2 returners, Captain Zach Sparrow and Lincoln Ballard, back at the 10 to receive. So they've been putting it into the end zone on the kickoffs, but they've had some returns as well, so we'll probably have one here. Gets his foot into it, and it will be returned, and it goes out of bounds. So let's see where that ball's placed. Usually it's at the 35. Is that still where it ends up? I don't know how that works if there's a penalty where you're kicking further back. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So Skyview will start with 3:58. If it is at the 35, it's not a bad idea just to kick it out of bounds.
No, they're
moving it up further. The head referee's got it. He's coming out to the 50, Rex.
Yo, look at this.
Yeah, he puts it at the midfield at the 50, so Skyview starts at the 50. So it's a 15-yard penalty possibly, I don't know.
Great starting field position.
So Skyview starts at midfield on the left hash. As Skyview breaks out from the sideline, they trail 59-54 with 3:58 remaining in the game. Skyview looking to pull off the upset of one of the top teams in the state. So they got to switch footballs before they start play. They've got 3 receivers, Skyview does, on the wide side of the field to the east. The ball's on the left hash, and Guthrie all alone on the left side. Stokes in the backfield with Clark. Clark takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to take it, gets up to the 45, to the 44. It was a broken play. One went right, the other went left, and he gained 6 yards, made something out of nothing.
Yeah, and that's the second time Jack Clark has taken off on a broken play. The first one he got 7, this one he gets 6. But it's a good play by Jack Clark to make something out of nothing.
Clock rolling at 3:35. Orem leads 59-54. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Same formation. 2nd down and 6. They pitch it out to Stokes. Can he get the edge? He cuts up field to the 40, and across the 40 to the 39. He's got the first, or they're going to say his knee down at the 40. So he needed 4, and he got 4. First down. And the Skyview lines up quickly, and now they get some substitutes on, so it will stop play for a second. Clock rolls at 3:12 left to play. Skyview trails by 5. They're at the Orem 40. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The ball's on the right hash. Clark slaps his hands, now looks to the sideline for the call. Clock will go under 3 minutes to play. Skyview trails by 5. And they're counting for a delay of game. Skyview's got to get a playoff. They do. Clark back to pass. He looks. He throws complete to Guthrie. It is a catch.
Wow.
Is that Guthrie?
Yeah.
Inside the 30 to the 29 on the comeback route. 11 yards for the first.
11 yards. That's his 11th reception as well, and that gives him 191.
The clock should start again. It stopped with 2:42 to play. Trailing by 5, Skyview is. They're at the 29 of Orem. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Clark, handoff to Stokes. Up the middle, the pile's getting pushed. Stokes falls forward for about 4. From the, let's see where they mark it.
Yeah, he just popped out of that pile right in the middle.
So from the 29, they're going to mark it at the 26, so 3.
That gives him exactly 100 on the night.
So 2nd and 7, Skyview lines up with 2:24, trailing by 5. Same formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Clark takes it. He's going to hand it off to Stokes right side. He's got the edge. He's up the field, 20-15, and he's cut in half there. Takes his legs out. He's at the 15 or 14, depending on the spot. From the 26 down to the 15, 11 yards, first down for Stokes. 2:03 in the clock running. Skyview trails by 5. They pitch it out to Stokes left side. He cuts up field and across the 15 to the 14, maybe a gain of a yard.
Yeah, Stokes he was met at the point of contact by Isaac Vaea, and Stokes still fell forward, though. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, this kid's got to be so gassed when he falls forward on the play.
2nd and 9, Skyview, 1:30 left. They trail by 5. They're at the 14-yard line of Orem. Back to pass is Clark. He looks, he throws! Touchdown! Skyview, Guthrie from 14 yards. Skyview's got the lead back.
Holy cow.
Woo! What a pass to Guthrie again. Is that 7 touchdowns for Clark?
It is, yeah. And what a play, too. Guthrie, I love it. He just catches that thing and just stands there. Like just all confidence. That is Liam Guthrie's 5th touchdown reception of the game.
Unreal. 1:23. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. Skyview will want to go for 2 here.
He broke the 200-yard mark of receiving.
Oh my goodness. A timeout called on the field. This game.
Jack Clark, 441 yards passing in this game.
This is the craziest game that I've ever witnessed.
7 touchdown passes for Jack Clark.
Skyview takes the lead back with 1:23. What a drive that started at midfield. Those penalties came back to hurt Orem. But Skyview, the 14-yard strike from Clark to Guthrie. You'll want to go back and watch this game on CashValleyDaily.com. Unreal. And the song saying call 911, and I'm thinking get the I'm going to have a heart attack up here. My goodness, this game is crazy.
This has given us everything you could ever want. We've seen Skyview has a 100-yard rusher, a 400-yard passer, a 175-yard receiver, and a 200-yard receiver. This is absolute insanity. And that's just the Skyview side of things. I mean, Orem has a 286-yard rusher in this game. It has just been absolute craziness this entire game.
This is unbelievable. 60-59 Skyview. It's minute 23 left. Skyview going for 2 to make it a 3-point game. So they move the ball. They get to decide where they want it. They put it on the right hash, Rex. They've got 3 receivers out there, 1 to the left for Clark. There's no running backs back there. Empty backfield. They take the snap. Clark looks to the right. He throws, and it's picked off, so the try is no good. So they have the 1-point lead, 60-59.
I think the player cramped on the play after making the catch. Try to see who the defender is. How much time you got left in this fourth quarter, John?
1:23, and Skyview clings to a 1-point lead, 60-59.
This has been the craziest game, partner. I can't even comprehend everything that we've been seeing.
Well, both teams have had some.
Let's see Yongi cramping up again.
Well, you don't want to lose him on this drive. He's as explosive as he is.
Yeah, it's just he's been given everything he's got. I mean, he's got 21 carries, 286 yards, 2 catches for 48 yards. I mean, but he's given everything he's got, and he's cramping again.
So he's still getting stretched out in the end zone.
Well, while we have a down moment, this game's brought to you by Great Basin Graphics. Custom T-shirts, detailed embroidery, and graphic designs that get your business noticed. Go to greatbasingraphics.com for more details. Proud sponsor of Skyview Sports.
So again, Skyview, 60-59 lead after that touchdown pass of 14 yards to Guthrie. Skyview's defense, with a minute 23, if they can hold.
The crazy thing is a minute and 23 is forever for this Orem team.
And 2 timeouts for Orem. Skyview's got 1.
It is forever.
So Sparrow to kick off, and they are good at returns, so hopefully Sparrow can get it into the end zone for the Bobcats. Sparrow gets his foot into it. He drills it. It's going to drive him back, but they're returning it at the 5. Up the middle to the 10. The 15, he gets outside and taken down just across the 20 to about the 22 or 23 with a minute 16 remaining and 2 timeouts. Here comes Orem and their quarterback, Kaava.
Good tackle by Ryan Bates on the play. I gotta say something too, John. One thing I have loved about Orem is every time they've put a Skyview player on their back or blocked them down to the ground, they have helped them up. It's a really, really classy move there by the Orem Tigers.
So a minute 16 and 2 timeouts, and they've got to go. Well, they don't need to go get a touchdown. They only need a field goal, Rex.
Yeah, and we've seen they can make field goals.
2 receivers to each side, running back in the backfield for Kaava. He's back to pass, looking. There's the blitz. The pocket breaks down. He rolls out. He throws. It's complete to the 38 or 39, so the clock will stop for a second. Minute and 7.
Jackson Sanders on the reception for Orem, and here they go.
13-yard pass play, and they hurry up to the line. Clock is rolled. It'll be under a minute when they snap it. 2 receivers to each side. Kaava back to pass, looking. Now he's going to run. He goes. He's looking downfield. He throws. Incomplete. Wide of the defender, Dickey. Wide of the receiver, Dickey. A great job defensively. He never gave up on the play. After he scrambled out, Kaava threw it downfield.
Just trying to find Kawe Alcana out there on the edge, but Dickey step for step with him, and incomplete. Gives everybody a quick little breather here and a little chance to reset.
51 seconds left in the game, 60-59 Skyview. 2 timeouts for Orem. They only need a field goal, obviously, to win. From the 38-yard line, their own 38, they've got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Kaava. In shotgun, he takes it. He's going to hand it off on a draw. Up the middle to the 50, and he's knocked down right there at midfield at the 49. So an 11-yard run on the draw. 1st and 10. And the clock is stopped for a timeout, I believe, with 44.7 seconds. That will give Orem one more timeout. Skyview with one, and they cling to the 1-point lead, 60-59, with 44.7 on the clock. And they're at their own 49.
Oh, man, John, this is so intense. It's funny, as I survey the crowd, I see moms with their hands over their eyes, and this is as intense as it gets. We got a nice moon shot there. This is Friday Night Lights at its best.
Undefeated Orem, 5-0, Skyview 3-2, but Skyview number 5 in the RPI in 4A, Orem number 6 in the RPI in 5A. And if you can imagine this, Orem was picked 3rd preseason in their region.
That's wild.
Behind Timpview and I want to say Maple Mountain, but that might be.
They got to be basing that off of last year's, as they had the coach's first year, if I'm not mistaken, and they had to be basing it off of that because, man, does this team that is one of the most explosive teams I've ever seen. But then here's our Skyview Bobcats just going punch for punch with them.
So from the 49, their own 49, 44-7, 60-59, Skyview with the lead. Making some noise in Smithfield. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kaava back to pass. He throws complete on the wide receiver screen. Up the field. Skyview has him across the 40. It's a first down to the 38. So 13-yard pass play, and it's a first down. And there's a flag.
Oh, my goodness. Akana might have just cost his team 15 yards.
So after the play, I was writing it down. I didn't see it. The back judge came flying in.
There was Akana did not like something, and he got up and shoved a Skyview player, and it.
So this would be huge after they get to the 38 of Skyview, and after a 13-yard pass play. If this is on Orem, it will take them back 15 yards. Let's wait and see. There's still 35.9 on the clock. 1 timeout for Orem, 1 for Skyview, as the officials are having a long discussion about this one.
119 yards receiving for Akana.
Well, if you're Skyview fans, you got to hope that they don't pick up that flag if you think that it's going to go against Orem.
Or take the cop out and call it both ways too, right?
Well,
there's always that option.
Yeah, they do that.
This is such a pivotal
here it is.
flag.
Here's the big call. Personal foul, Skyview, personal foul.
Yeah, there's
Orem.
the cop out. There's the cop out.
Yeah, the referees didn't want to decide the game. They're
Which,
just,
it's kind of smart because it's after the play. It's a kind of a little push. Like, it's really kind of ticky-tack if you do call it. So I don't mind the cop-out call.
Well,
I don't.
I do, because you saw what you saw and you threw the flag.
I did.
Not you, but the ref. So 35.9, you got to call it. You can't. The clock is winding. 1st and 10. Orem breaking the huddle from the 38. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Clock down to 25. Skyview leads by 1. Kaava back to pass. The rush has gotten him. He rolls out. He shovels it complete. And he gets out of bounds upfield near the 30-yard line with 17 seconds.
That's a heads-up play by Kaava to just be able to pitch that thing forward. Reichler Mickelson goes and gets some positive yardage and wisely jumps out of bounds there for Orem.
So they save their timeout. 17.2. They give him 7 yards. It's 2nd and 3 to the 31. 2nd and 3, 17 seconds. Skyview leads by 1, 60-59. Kaava in shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking. Now he's going to run to the left. He shovels it forward again. They get out of bounds with 11 seconds.
Almost like an identical play there.
First down across the 30.
Mickelson was the receiver on the play again on the little shovel.
5-yard pass play. The ball is at the 27-yard line. If you lined up for a field goal, it's about a 40-plus yard field goal attempt from this distance. Line of scrimmage to the 27, 11 seconds left. Skyview leads by 1. They need a turnover defensively to avoid that field goal attempt. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Kaava in shotgun. Takes a snap. Back to pass. Still looking. He shovels it forward again. Up the field, and he's bounced out of bounds with 4.8. Down to the 22, another 5-yard gain.
Oh my goodness. That shovel pass is working. I mean,
4.8, you got to line up for the field goal here, I think.
Yeah, you got to trust your kicker. I mean, we've seen him hit one, so.
Yeah, and they're lining up where there's, well, maybe they're going for one more play. Let's see, each team with one timeout, 60-59, 4.8 seconds. They're going to line up for a field goal. 40-yard field goal attempt for the win for Orem from the left hash. Going to the south. Snap back, hold down, kick on the way in. No good! No good! Skyview holds on! No time on the clock! Skyview wins! Skyview wins! Yes! Skyview, the 40-yard missed field goal. Skyview wins 60-59 and knock off undefeated Orem. Unreal.
Wow, John, I just put my headset back on. I gave it to the crowd there for a while. What a finish to the game. Skyview takes down the undefeated 5A juggernaut in Orem.
We're going to take a break and come back, collect our thoughts and collect our minds. Skyview wins 60-59. We'll be back right after this.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
Cache Valley Auto Care.
We're in the business of solving problems.
So we like to take the time to explain everything that's going on with your car so that when you come in and you do these repairs that you can actually drive away and feel confident.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Keep
your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Skyview and Orem tangled tonight. Skyview with the biggest win in the Coach Eric Alder history there of his coaching career here at Skyview. 60-59, Skyview with the win. We're not going to come up with a player of the game, Rex, because
it wouldn't be fair.
No, there's too many players on Skyview defensively and offensively with huge games. Wait till you hear these numbers. All I know is that the Cache Valley Media Group Player of the Week is going to be from Skyview, and if it's not, then you're not watching high school football, because you could give it to Clark, Guthrie, Ballard, and then defensively Tyson Bradley, Mean Dean Phillips in there. Dickey had some plays as well. There's so many players, it's hard to just find one. But Skyview gets the victory, 60-59. Orem did a good job from their own 25-yard line. With a minute 16, they drove all the way down and had an attempt at a field goal to win it from 40 yards from the left hash. And it was just, the kick was a knuckleballer, and it from the start, it got close, but from the start, it just didn't look like it was going to be ever good from the left side. From our vantage point, the officials underneath, I don't know, but it just looked like it knuckleballed out of there, and it missed to the left and short from our vantage point. That's what I saw from here, but it was just craziness on the field as the Skyview students are down there, and it's a USA night, so a lot of students dressed up in their red, white, and blue. They're down there as the Skyview team is huddled up, and there's the Skyview song, as you can kind of see on CacheValleyDaily.com. But 60-59, this is a game where Orem 5-0 came in here, and Rex, they jumped on the Bobcats early, and it looked, I really felt like you could feel it. It was 14-0, and you could hear, you couldn't hear the crowd because, the Skyview faithful, they were hoping, they were wishing, but it was pretty quiet out there because Orem controlled the game and they led 14-0. But after that, Skyview just kept clawing their way back. They'd cut it to 4, they'd cut it to 5, and then finally, Skyview broke through. It was 14-14 with 11:25, and then things unraveled right before the half, and it was 31-14 with a minute and 6 seconds. Skyview go down 31-21. Oh my goodness, wait, forget, who cares what I have to say? Coach Alder's joining us as we get to the webcam here.
Over. Yep, there we go.
Coach, I have never been in a part of a broadcast where a team got down early but clawed their way back. You guys got the lead, and it just felt like we're not going to lose this game. What was it like on the sideline for you guys?
Well, hard to say it was fun, but there was certainly a belief that no matter what situation we were facing, we could overcome. And once we moved the ball and scored, twice to go up 14-14 or whatever it was.
14s.
I just simply told them we can score on these guys.
Yeah.
We can score, and we can move the ball, and we can score. And the officials made it a little difficult. They gave us some challenges to overcome. And at halftime, it just said, no matter what we face, we can overcome it. Control the controllables, and just let it all hang out, have fun, play football. And once we got the feeling, no matter what, we're going to go down and score. We did.
Yeah, well, Coach, I know in pregame we talked about it, and you've mentioned it many times that I've talked to you on the postgame show, pregame show, just how much that your coaching staff, that it's all about the kids. How good does this make you feel to see your kids come back and get that victory?
About as good as it gets, right?
Sure.
I can't imagine anything better to be facing whatever they were ranked in the state, and we didn't care. We're just it's an opportunity to play a football game, and it's an opportunity to get better, and it's an opportunity for us to be together as a team. And for us to move the ball and do great things and score 60 points against one of the best teams in the state, boy, I'm not sure it gets any better than that, but it's hard to put into words everything that we just witnessed.
Yeah, Coach, it was an amazing performance all the way around. I've never seen an offensive explosion like that. We have Jack Clark for over 400 yards passing, 7 touchdowns. Guthrie, 5 touchdowns receiving. Stokes ended up getting 100 on the ground. I don't think I've ever seen a game where there was a 100-yard rusher, a 400-yard passer, a 200-yard receiver, and then Lincoln Ballard he was almost at 200 too. Coach, you got to be so proud of these kids coming in and just playing like that. I wanted to say there was a little bit of rumblings, okay, pregame, like, oh, we're playing Orem. I can't believe we're playing Orem. Hey,
who's rumbling now, right? Who's rumbling now? It's the View Bobcats. And it's those kids that are rumbling now. That's all we care about is those kids on the field and in the locker room.
Absolutely.
That's who I care about.
Statement win, Coach.
Yep.
Yeah, Coach, I guess, too, I got a question, like, how do you take it from here? Because, this is a wave of, like, I know for me, and I'm not even involved, but, like, adrenaline rush to the max. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. But how do you take this momentum and go forward so that you don't lose perspective and have what your team goals are for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I guess we'll kind of worry about that on Monday.
Yeah.
This is fun right now, right?
Let's do it.
And it's definitely something to build off of. I just wanted to show up and play well and let these kids know that when you believe in yourself and when you play with such passion and energy, I said earlier in the week, not just good things happen, but great things happen. And let's just go out there and believe in ourselves and play and not worry about anything else. If anybody didn't want to play this football game on our team, then they're not a fit for us.
That's right.
Because, what kind of business do we think we have making a playoff run if we're scared to play Orem right now? That was just the message. So I don't even know if that answered your question, but that's what I said.
Hey, I want to hear what you say. So I appreciate your time, and thanks for your truthfulness. We'll let you give a shout-out to anyone before we hand the mic over to the players that you brought up tonight.
I'll give a shout-out to all my family members that sit right here in front of this press box. I look up at them often, and it's great to be back in town. It's great to be back where so many of my family members can attend the games, and it just feels like home.
Yeah, and it is. And congratulations, Coach. We're excited for you and this victory for your program.
Okay, you got it.
Again, Skyview victorious, 60-59. Awesome game as they get the victory over Orem.
Okay.
And again, the Bobcats with the 60-59 victory. Orem drove down, had a 40-yard field goal attempt with no time left, and it was wide to the left. Just kind of knuckleballed out of there. Skyview gets the victory. And again, our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game. I almost think that you got to go with that, the missed field goal, don't you, for the Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game? Because there were so many plays that were electric, or maybe the 3-1 to give you the lead.
Or I was even thinking the pick 6 by Lily White, because how the turntable there, right, John?
Yeah.
That was a huge play there. We'll come up with it maybe after we talk to Jack and we got Preston Smith up here as well, but I think you and I are going to probably have to sort that thing out during a commercial break or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll just say, Eric, Jason, whoever calls in.
Yeah, just somebody call in and say that was the best game I've ever got to watch or listen to. That might be our play of the game.
It's been an unbelievable night here in Smithfield, and this one's got to rank up there in one of the greatest victories in Skyview history, going back to the 60s. The only other ones that would be bigger were the state title games back-to-back because, I mean, you're a state title. But this has got to be the greatest upset that I've witnessed since I've been covering Skyview football.
Well, the Eric Alder era is here, and it is thriving. Quarterback Jack Clark looked like an absolute gunslinger out there today, going over 400, and he's going to be joining us here any second. In fact, Jack's coming in right now to come talk with us. So here is the star quarterback of the Skyview Bobcats. Our second time getting to sit down with him.
And Jack, I've got to ask you, first off, the start of this game, I don't want to look at the score, but the passes that you had, you missed your receivers by just like an inch or a yard.
Yeah.
But you kept your composure. There was a few times that you stepped up into the pocket and still had your eyes downfield. Talk about what it's like to be a quarterback, have these blitzes coming and Stokes picking them up, and you still are looking downfield to make the pass.
Yeah, a big focus this week was really just trusting the reads and trusting my guys. I had to see I had to call the right protection, and when I did, we slid to it, and then we had Stokes to pick it up, and I was able to keep my head downfield and trust the play.
Well, we have the perspective to see the game, but also your parents down here and family. It's so exciting to watch them. I think all Skyview fans, you guys, did you feel like once you got the lead on that Lily White interception for a TD, that, hey, not that you didn't believe in yourselves before the game, but just like, hey, we got the momentum, we can win this thing. Is that kind of how you felt, even though there was a lot of football left?
Well, coming in, we knew our offense can move the ball, and we were just almost reacting to what they were, and we went out and just kind of punched them in the mouth, and we realized on the first two drives we didn't score, but we realized that we can hang with these guys, and we brought back momentum and lost a little bit by halftime, but we came back after halftime, and we really realized that we can stick in this game.
Well, early on, it seemed like your connection with Lincoln Ballard was like on point. He was making some great catches, and I don't think any of your teammates, I mean, when they got hit, they made sure Orem knew that they got hit.
Yeah, Lincoln ran the ball really well after catching the ball. He was laying the boom.
Yeah, and then in the second half, it was you and Guthrie that found that connection.
Yeah.
What is it like to have those great receivers out there just catching the football for you?
It's nice. They bail me out sometimes, and I'm able to trust every single one of those guys. It's going back to making the right read. If I make the right read, then they're catching the ball, and I trust them.
Yeah, now I got to ask you about your offensive line. They were blitzing a lot. Your offensive line gave you a lot of time.
Yeah, they did.
What is it like to have trust in that O-line that they're going to protect you?
It makes me able to play my own game, sit in the pocket a little bit longer. I trust them more, and I sit in the pocket, and I can get more balls off without trying to scramble. It was really nice.
Well, the last time we interviewed you, you got to give a shout out to your dad and grandpa. Your dad was in Chicago.
Yeah.
He got to see it live. Who would you like to give a shout out to tonight?
First off, to my O-line. They were pretty crazy today, and they kept me safe, that's for sure. And then my receivers and my grandpa.
All right. Well, Jack, enjoy the career night and the weekend, and then let's get focused in next week and keep going on. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Congratulations to Jack Clark, the quarterback, the junior signal caller. 60-59, Skyview gets the victory. And now we're joined with Preston Smith, the senior offensive lineman. Preston, on paper, everyone that would talk to me would tell me, hey, this Orem team, they're huge. How is the offensive line going to hold up? Talk about what you guys coming into this game, what was the mentality going up against Orem tonight?
We definitely thought it wouldn't be this close. I mean, we thought we'd either get our faces pounded or beat them by a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, they came out hard. So.
Well, being an offensive lineman, you heard Jack talk about it, but like when he calls out the reads and stuff, what he sees, and is it hard to like switch and be able to hear with all the noise and stuff, or is it easy just to go from there and what the quarterback's calling out?
It can be hard sometimes. Sometimes he'll be a little too quiet, too much noise. I'll hear a different call, run it wrong, it messes up the whole thing.
Well, you're a senior. You've been through the ringer through the years. How exciting is it with a new coaching staff to get this victory tonight? This has got to be like the best game that you've had this year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's really exciting. I mean, we had to learn a whole new offense, whole new defense. We had a lot of challenges, but we overcame them. We had a rough few, like 3 games, but we came back and just kicked them in the mouth.
Now, have you always played offensive line? Is that something you've always done your whole life? Or is it,
ever since Little League, I played O-line and D-line.
That's what you've always wanted.
Yeah, I've always been a big boy.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you.
No, you're definitely a big boy.
I'm not
when you sat down, I'm like, dang, that's a big boy.
Well, Rex, do you have anything for Preston?
No, Preston. I just want to tell you, man. It was such a gutsy performance, and I just want to tell you guys, like, being able to watch that from up here and watch you guys do your thing on that offensive line. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I thought they were going to come and kind of push you guys around. Like Orem 5A powerhouse, that's all we've heard all week. And man, you guys held your own. You guys, I mean, Xander ended up getting over 100. You guys allowed Jack to pass for over 400. Yeah. Like, I mean, I just want to tell you congratulations and great job.
Thank you, yeah. It was definitely hard, but we overcame all the challenges.
Right, so absolutely.
Well, Preston, you get to enjoy it for the weekend, and then you got to focus and get back into your mindset of region play because you guys have, as a team, probably individually, you've got some goals that you still want to meet this season.
Yeah,
so how do you refocus this energy and excitement from this win and then take it and move forward?
Honestly, I'm just change the mindset. I mean, it's in the past now. Gotta get over it. New game. I mean, just focus on that.
All right. Well, Preston, before we let you go, you got 6 minutes here. You go ahead, give a shout out, but get down there and go have a party.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to my O-line coach, Pence. I mean, he helps us a lot. And then my family. I mean, they always cheer me on. I always got a big crowd. So.
Well, Preston, it's great to meet you, talk to you, and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you so much.
Preston, thank you for your time, man.
So again, the Bobcats victorious over Orem, 60-59. Orem was undefeated, 5-0, and I hope that sends some shockwaves down to Utah County, and that's a long bus ride.
It sends some shockwaves right here in the valley, like Ridgeline, Green Canyon, like, well. They got to see that score and be like, man. I mean, I'm not saying Ridgeline, Green Canyon. I'm just saying, like, they got to be on notice, right?
Here's
like,
the thing. I don't even. It's a great victory for Coach Alder and his program and the way his core values. He talks about them all the time when I talk to him and interview him. Skyview gets the win, 60-59. I mean, this game had everything. You had turnovers. You had a kickoff return that was a pitch play, and Skyview down 14, and then they cut it all the way back and tie it up, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's going to go back and forth, and then Skyview cuts it down to 4, and you think, oh, the momentum's to their side because they get the ball to start the second half, and then Orem scores 14 real quick because of a fumble, and you're down by 17 at the half again.
Right.
And yet Skyview didn't blink. They always came back. Jack Clark stood up in the pocket. He took some hits. His offensive line kept the pocket clean for the most part. And with all that said and all those D1 offers that Orem has, I guess Skyview said, we don't care. We came out. We got the victory, 60-59. This was the game of the week in the state, and the Bobcats are victorious, 60-59. Big performances everywhere. Jack Clark, Liam Guthrie, Lincoln Ballard. I mean, that's just to name a few on offense. there was great blocking by that offensive line all night. Stokes 100 yards again for the 5th time out of 6 games. I'll tell you what, the Bobcats, they're rolling into Garland next week against Bear River, and then I guess if you want to call it that, they have one more home game after that. They'll have Ridgeline on the road. Green Canyon will end the season in region play, but they have Westfield still at home on senior night in a few weeks, but Bear River's the focus of the Bobcats once they enjoy this one.
Yeah, it's hard to not look past it. I mean, obviously you can't, but I mean, what a way to end the season, though. You're going to have Ridgeline and Green Canyon to end. I mean, you're talking two of the top 7 teams in 4A. I mean, number 1 in Ridgeline,
number 1 and number 3.
Yeah.
So you had Well, Skyview's going to face the top. Skyview's 5th in the RPI. They will face Ridgeline, number 1. They will face. They already faced number 2, Spanish Fork. They'll face number 3 was Park City, so they don't face them. Number 4 was Green Canyon, and then Skyview.
Yeah, and that's as tough as it gets. But man, speaking as tough as it gets, when the powerhouse of the undefeated Orem Tigers come rolling in, like you said, almost every kid on that team has a D1 offer, and Skyview just hangs in there and takes it to them. So, John, we have got to go over some stats. Maybe you can kind of fumble through your papers and get an Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game. Well, what are you thinking on that, partner?
I know what I'm going.
Okay.
Well, gosh dang it. I wanted to go with Lily White, but I just saw this play on my sheet and remembered there was that 81-yard TD pass to Lincoln Ballard, who broke the kid's ankles with the hezzy at the 45.
There was that one.
But we'll give it to Lily White. Because you were right. That pick 6 defensively, Andrew Oxborough had an interception earlier in the game, and I can't find it, but I'll find it while you're going through stats.
Okay.
And we'll announce our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game.
All right, so these are brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. Schedule your service. Call their website, advancedheating-ac.com. Looking for a new gas fireplace? It's starting to cool down out there. 752-7272. Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. So real quick for the Orem Tigers, Iongi had 21 carries, 286 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Kaava, 32 pass attempts, 288 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kaweakana, 8 catches, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. Iongi had 2 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Akana had a field goal. He also had the missed field goal at the end of the game that could have won it for the Tigers. Over on your Skyview Bobcats side of things, John mentioned Stokes had 111 yards rushing with a touchdown. Jack Clark goes over 440 yards with 7 touchdowns passing.
I can't even do that on Madden.
Insanity. Liam Guthrie, 12 catches, 205 yards, 5 touchdowns. Lincoln Ballard, who just seemed to be such a spark for the Skyview Bobcats, 7 catches, 172 yards, and a touchdown. Captain Jack Sparrow, 2 grabs, 17 yards and a touchdown. Lily White with the pick 6. Sadler had a fumble recovery. Oxborough had an interception, and those are your halftime stats.
Wow. I was just looking through some of the stuff, Rex, and that was a 40-yard field goal attempt at the end that was no good. The pressure got to the kicker because here's why. He knocked a 35-yarder easily.
With ease.
Right before the half. I had forgotten about it, but I looked at it, and he did make it. That one from the left hash, it was just a knuckleball, and it went wide left. But our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game, your chance to win 4 loaves of bread, I believe, from the Old Gristmill. Listen to the Full Court Press on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan. On Monday, Jason Walker and Eric Franson will recap the games, but they'll call for the Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game, and there's so many great plays in this game. But we're going to go with that pick 6 by Jace Lillywhite. I think it was about 35 yards or somewhere around there, going to that south end zone to give Skyview the 46-45 lead with 2:42 left in the third quarter, and then they tacked on the 2-point conversion, the Chance Wilson, that pass on the east side of the end zone over there. So Skyview had a 48-45 lead. So that will be your Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game, will be the Jace Lillywhite pick 6 to give Skyview the lead, 46-45. Then the 2-point conversion by Chance Wilson with the third quarter, 2:42 left. Skyview 48-45 then, and they come out victorious 60-59. And remember, Orem's quarterback Ka'ava, the dude's a stud.
Yeah.
He had only had one pick all season long, and he threw a couple tonight, and one of them was a pick six that was a huge momentum swing at the time for the Bobcats in the third quarter. And you just had this belief. You could see it in the crowd. I got to be honest, I felt it. I was like, oh, they can't lose this game. There's no way they lose this game.
Yeah.
You just felt like the momentum was going. But, I mean, Orem just kept making plays. But then it's like, oh, man, here goes Orem. Nope, here comes Skyview.
Right. It was just the craziest back and forth. Like, I'm going to go back to CashValleyDaily.com, follow the links to the YouTube channel, and I am going to watch this game in its entirety, John, because what an absolute roller coaster that was.
Well, I'm trying to... Holy smokes. I'm trying to find final scores.
They don't even matter. Skyview 60, Orem 59.
Yeah, you're right. Forget everything else. Skyview 60-59. Rex and I will be on the air next week at Bear River in Garland to continue region play, but the more important thing, Skyview goes to 4-2 overall on the season. And it was out of region play. So they're still undefeated in region play at top of the standings and 4-2 overall. It was a great night. It was great to talk to Coach Alder. Great to talk to Preston Smith and Jack Clark. Congratulations to the Skyview Bobcats, all their fans. And again, our cameraman, Trevor Jellum, doing a fantastic job. And you'll be able to see it as you go back and rewatch this game on CashValleyDaily.com. Again, for all those people, Rex, any final thoughts, or should we just close this baby out?
I just think shut this thing down and let's cherish this one.
Well, it's a great day to be a Bobcat. It always is. 60-59, Skyview with the victory. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back on the air next Friday at Bear River. Good night, everybody.
This Skyview Bobcats broadcast has been a presentation of 106.9 FM and 1390 AM The Fan and CashValleyDaily.com. Made possible by the support of our sponsors, Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, Alpine Cleaning, DD Auto and Salvage, Old Grist Mill, Preston Watts Collision and Glass, Great Basin Graphics, Adams Wealth Advisors, Cache Valley Daily, Young Toyota and Young Honda, Napa Auto Parts, Les Olson IT, and The Logo Shop. Watch replays of previous games on CashValleyDaily.com.